Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. We are once again playing one of our favorite short scenarios, The Ice Cream Man. It was written by the brilliant Michael Labossiere, and it's available from the Miskatonic repository at Drive-Thru RPG. So without any further delays, let's begin our journey into the darkness. The beautiful little seaside village of San Damiel is situated about halfway between Los Angeles and San Francisco. The date is August 3rd, 1990. The summer heat was pleasantly offset by a cool, gentle breeze off the ocean. And as the final final rays of the sunset blazed pink and orange in the sky, four friends sat in an outdoor bistro enjoying a fine meal, a truly delicious meal, on what would turn out to be the last day that they would ever enjoy anything again. So what are you guys all doing?
So this risotto, 10 out of 10. I mean, you had it too, Ignacio, right?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's mostly rice.
Johnny, can you pass the ketchup?
Oh, hell yeah. Hand you the ketchup. What is that you're putting it on?
I'm more of a burger guy myself. Never really got fancy
That's
things.
a yummy looking burger.
Best I've had in a while.
I could go for some dessert after this.
I could be talked into that.
That's why I'm having a salad, because I'm really more into the dessert.
And knows what he wants.
Depends. If it has too much sugar, I'm out.
Well, isn't that the point of dessert?
That's why I'm mostly out.
You gotta live a little, Ignacio.
Yeah, well, I want to earn money with this body, right? I have to take care of it.
Oh, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
This beats the hell out of the MREs that they pack up to me in the lookout tower.
Well, how about we get another bottle of wine?
Won't say no to that.
Yeah. Fortunately,
And
it's going
water.
to have to be from my family. Have a little wine, Ignacio.
Yeah, but a little water as well.
All right.
So as you guys are sitting there, they bring you some more wine. You're enjoying the food. It's very good. The sunset is beautiful. I'd like you all to do spot hiddens.
07, which is gonna be hard.
Oh,
Got a 15, which is, I think I had a good spot hidden here. Yes, I did. Out of 40. So yeah.
Okay,
Got a hard
Joseph?
pass.
So that's a hard success.
I'm sorry, Joe, what did you get?
A 15, it's hard
Oh, I'm
success.
sorry.
Oh.
That Joseph.
We knew that was going to happen.
I got a 25, which ends up being a hard pass.
Okay. So the way that you're setting, Ignacio has got his back to the street. You know, you're on an outdoor terrace. And the rest of you are sitting kind of around. Johnny's sitting directly across, so he's got a direct view of the street. So as you guys are chatting, you're eating your meal, Johnny, you notice there's obviously other people around. You notice a guy coming down the street. He walks past the bistro, but as he's walking past, he's looking in, you know. He walks past, and at that moment, nothing crosses your mind. You know, it's just a guy walking past amongst other people. And then after a few minutes, you see the same guy walking back the other way, also once again, sort of looking in where you are. And the third time this happens is he's walking once again past and looking in. He seems to be hesitating a bit. He looks a little disheveled. He's not. He looks like he's wearing a business suit, but it's rather unkempt. It's wrinkled. You can see maybe some dirt, on the suit itself. His hair is a little frazzled. He looks a little distressed. And it's obvious that he is looking in your guys' direction. But once again, he's sort of gone past, and you can see that he's not going very far. And then he's standing there, and you think that maybe he's wrestling with something and then thinking about coming back. What do you do when you see this?
I'm making eye contact with him, and on his third time around, I'm just gonna say, "Don't be afraid of Johnny Chew."
He stops what he's doing, and he looks maybe resolved, and he comes over, and he comes through the little gate, on the edge of the bistro, and he comes over to your table, and he says, I'm really sorry to bother you. Are you Mr. Joseph Hayward? And he looks at Joe.
Yeah, that's me. Good to meet you. Who are you?
Yeah. Well, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
I obviously know who you are. I mean, I've seen your books, and I need to tell you something. And you're probably the only person who might believe me when I tell you. But it's going to sound a little weird.
You'd be surprised.
Will you hear what I have to say then?
Sure, I will. Sure, I will. Do you want to talk here?
You guys also notice that he has a suitcase. I mean, not a suitcase, a briefcase.
You want to take a seat? I stand up
sure,
and offer him my seat.
Sure, thank you. But I don't have very long. Look, if you really don't believe me, then I'll just leave. But I know that it looks like I'm in bad shape, but I'm not a freak or anything. I'm not gonna hurt you or do any stupid thing like that.
You need money, buddy?
Well, I guess I should, kind of start at the beginning. About 4 years ago, I was a rather successful researcher for the law firm of Coppard and White. I was divorced, and I had joint custody of my son, and he was spending the summer with me. David was a great kid. He was 10 years old. That sort of perfect age where they have so much potential. We used to go to the park and the museum. He liked dinosaurs. He actually handled our divorce pretty well. And then, it was a day just like any other day. He wanted some ice cream, and it was hot, and he heard the music, and I bought him some from the truck. That goddamn fucking ice cream, man. That
Buddy,
same.
Buddy, do you need us to call someone for
No,
you?
just no. Just listen. So that same night, I woke up for some reason, and I figured I would go and look in on David. Only he wasn't there. I ran through the house calling for him. Then I happen to look out the window, and I see him walking down the sidewalk. I run outside and I yell, "David," but he ignores me like he's sleepwalking or something.
Odd.
And then I see him walking towards the ice cream truck. What the fuck was it doing out past midnight? The guy gets out. He's the same young blonde guy, this little fucking uniform that I saw earlier, the guy who sold us goddamn ice cream. he has this freaky grin on his face. I ran up to grab my son, but before I could, this asshole grabs me by the shoulders. He smells awful, like rotting meat. He looks me in the eyes, and I see that his eyes were black, like solid black, and then nothing. I wake up later, lying on my bedroom floor, wondering what the fuck happened. Actually, I forgot to say that that last part I couldn't remember. It had all been blanked from my mind. I knew something was wrong, but the memory was blocked out. It took some serious therapy to bring all of that back. I got the therapy because of David. He was gone, and I couldn't explain it. My wife thought I had hidden him somewhere because I wanted full custody, but he was gone. The police got involved, but they couldn't find him. My son, David.
And the ice cream truck?
Well,
Sir, I'm
Look.
so sorry.
look, here's the important things you need to know. And he puts the briefcase on the table. After I remembered what had happened to me, I went looking for the ice cream man, but the fucker was gone without a trace. So I tried to track down his truck. I searched and I searched, trying to get a lead. And bit by bit, I started putting things together. All my research is in this briefcase. I don't have much time. He looks around, he goes, they'll be here soon. But I think I figured out his modus operandi. See, he goes into a town, he puts the ice cream truck up for sale. He gets himself a buyer, and then somehow he steals the buyer's body and he starts selling ice cream. Then he starts taking kids. He fucking takes kids. Oh, just 1 or 2 a month, not enough to attract attention. I did my research. It was my job, you know. It's all here. I have photos from the town's missing children's reports, eyewitness reports, and statistics. Now, I showed it all to the police, but they couldn't see it. They were polite and somewhat interested, though they said that there are lots of kids that go missing. Statistically, it's not unusual. I tried to explain, but I fucked up when I told them that I was sure that it wasn't one, that it was just one person in every case. I said something stupid like I thought it was a monster. Sometimes I say things that are better kept to myself, and that's it. They disregarded anything that I had to say. Now, as he's talking to you, you suddenly see a cop car pull up across the street, and a couple of cops get out, and they're looking over in your direction, and they're pulling their guns and starting to walk in your guys' direction. Oh, shit. Here they come. Time to pay up. I'm telling you, the thing is here. I tracked it to San Damiel, but I acted too soon. 3 days ago, I went up to the ice cream man and I shot him in the chest, but it was too soon. The poor bastard just dropped to his knees and bled out on the sidewalk, a look of dumb shock on his face. Not the monster at all. Goddamn poor bastard. But listen, that's it. This is it. And the cops are coming up and they're saying, you know, drop to the ground and all this. And he looks up at you and he says, you have to stop him. I need you to kill the fucking ice cream man. And the cops rush forward and they grab him and they cuff him and drag him off. And he's like, kill the fucking ice cream man. And
So as they do that, I'm gonna sort of kick his briefcase like under the table because I don't want them taking that.
Okay.
And then I guess they take him away. I'm not about to interfere.
Yeah, they take him away pretty quickly.
I have a psychology background. I'm wondering if I could do a check to see if any of that seemed, if it was just insanity or his imagination, or if he's sincere, or if he's sincere but deluded. Does that make sense?
Go ahead and do a psychology roll. Yeah.
I guess he didn't want an autograph.
An 03.
03. Well, he didn't seem to show any signs of drug use or anything mundane. His psychological state was extremely agitated. He may have suffered some sort of mental breakdown, but it also sounded a lot like he was trying to give you a movie plot or a book for your next book. He did choose the author to come up to. It's hard to tell, but he seemed genuinely distressed. I want everybody to do knowledge rolls. See who gets the best.
Okay,
I got an
rolled
08. I'm
Two.
rolling hot.
Did anybody get better than an 08?
I got a 2.
Oh, you got a 2.
Got a 2.
All right.
77.
Something about the last bit that he said jogged something in your memory, something that you read in the newspaper a couple of days ago. But you can't remember exactly what.
Joseph will start scratching his head. And does it
Yes, Mio, you believe this nonsense?
Well, no, but what just occurred to me is what he was saying reminds me of something I read in the paper a couple of days ago. I wonder, are there any old papers from earlier this week laying around?
Yeah, especially out here on the porch. Yeah, there probably are. People come here and have breakfast and read.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and start rifling around on like tables where people have left, and I'm looking for like a couple days old paper, and I can't remember what it was. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 days ago. I bring it back to the table and I start looking through, and was it this one?
I mean, if it means that much to you, Joseph, go for it.
You find this from August 1st.
This is it, guys. This is it. Headline: Senseless Killing. The merry music of an ice cream truck brings joy to the hearts of children everywhere. But today, for one man, the music fell silent. Jeffrey Kelly set out this morning in his ice cream truck to begin what he hoped would be a fun and profitable career. Sadly, tragedy struck. As Mr. Kelly was handing out frozen treats to eager children, an unidentified man leaped out of a car and ran up to him. According to eyewitnesses, this man shouted expletives along with the phrase, "This is for David." He then fired 3 shots from a small pistol into Mr. Kelly. As Kelly's body slumped to the ground, the assailant suddenly became remorseful and exclaimed, "Oh God, I got it wrong." He then fled the scene on foot. Police are still looking for the gunman. Jeffrey Kelly has no immediate family in this part of the country. Funeral services will be held back in his hometown of Piedmont, Michigan. This is the guy. This is the guy that we just talked to.
So he really is a murderer.
So he didn't make that part up. He shot someone and killed him.
That's some
Sounds
spooky
sore.
shit. Well, he deserves to get locked up for committing a murder.
Sure,
You
but
should take care of this suitcase. It could be part of the crime.
Well, let's open it up. I'm curious. This might be a big story.
could be. Yeah, I'm all about a good story. Yeah, let's see what's in there.
Right.
I'll look around and stand watch so that nobody's getting too close.
And some more wine. Yeah.
So let's
And
get
I
another
get
bottle
some
of
more
wine.
for Johnny.
No, we've been looking for some movie projects. This might be something we're stumbling onto here.
Oh, yeah.
This definitely gives me some ideas.
So the briefcase is unlocked. You open it up, and there are quite a few folders and papers in there. There's a map and a list that I'll show you in a moment. There are also lots of pictures of little children, and then subsequently they're paper clipped to pictures of the same child, but from the newspaper that say missing, child missing. Have you seen this child? The first thing you open up is a map.
I wonder what's New Mexico gonna do with this?
Do the news clippings with the photos of the kids, is there any correlation between this route and
Well, not the route seems to correlate then with another piece of information.
I see.
You don't have to go through the whole thing, but you can describe what you're seeing.
Yeah, so he's connecting dots between kids that have gone missing in all these places.
He's got missing children on the left and missing drivers on the right.
So he's dead set on the fact that this ice cream truck and ice cream man is operating all around the Southwest. I mean, there have been serial killers that have moved around to avoid getting caught. This could be the Southwest's newest serial murderer. I mean, I gotta say he did his homework.
But this is saying that this isn't just one guy. It's like a league of ice cream men that are into this.
Something about them passing the torch.
doesn't make
Something
sense?
about he thought that they were stealing the bodies. And,
Did he convince them?
I don't know.
Maybe
I'd
this
like to
guy's
think
this guy's the one that's killing them all.
Well, he's dead. We don't have to worry about it.
No, I mean this guy they just picked up, the cops. Maybe he's the serial killer. Start with his own kid, and then,
Well, if I didn't want to get caught, I wouldn't be making a big deal out of everything. So I don't know if I were a criminal, I'd want to keep as low profile as possible and not accost people in a bistro.
There is also one last picture.
I wonder if this is the truck belonging to the man that he shot.
I scream, you scream. That's what it says. That's so tacky.
There was a lot of screaming going on when the bad
You know,
kid-
I'm wondering if this Jeffrey Kelly guy, he's got a will, or wherever this something that shows us where this ice cream truck's going. You think it'll be put on sale again?
I mean, if it's the same truck, how would we prove? I mean,
Well, he described the driver going into towns and then selling the truck and almost passing it off to somebody else. So I'm wondering if it's the same vehicle involved the whole time.
Yeah. Also, why kill the driver if the car is the thing that stays constant?
Well, he did say something about that blonde guy being, abducting his kid, and I don't know about the whole black eyes thing, but so I'm not sure if it's sort of, gosh, there's a lot of loose ends here.
this guy was just killed. This ice cream truck driver a couple
Kelly.
days ago. Maybe we can find out where they got the ice cream truck and see what's happened to it. See
Maybe
if
there's a paper trail,
someone's trying to sell it.
bills of sale, maybe. But, if the person operating this truck is a criminal, I don't know if he'd leave a trail like that or even really have the vehicle legally registered.
I mean, he's not exactly incognito driving around an ice cream truck.
Mm.
No, but how many of those are in every major city,
I'm just
Yeah,
thinking
there's
if we could-
probably quite a few in San Damiel.
So I could see him, disappearing in the fray. What's another ice cream truck? I know that, when I was a kid going up to ice cream trucks, I didn't pay attention to which specific one it was or anything like that. So they are sort of that hidden in plain sight type operation.
Oh yeah,
Is there an ice cream truck
like a
around?
fleet?
This time of the evening, no, probably not.
I'm looking over my shoulder.
You'll hear the music first before you see it.
So when we're looking into this, Johnny and I will get a role in the movie.
Oh yeah, if you're writing this up, I better see my name on the poster.
Well, we got to do some more digging before I have enough material to make a screenplay out of this.
You know what? We'll help. We'll help. We'll make this a reality.
I'll be taking notes.
Okay. Might make
Well, we got
a
a picture.
horror movie. Yeah.
I wonder if we should see if the police impounded the ice cream truck. It was only a couple days ago, and it's like evidence of a crime. I'm thinking maybe they have it.
Oh, that's a good idea, Todd.
We could get like a VIN number or something off of it. We can maybe trace some of these sales, see if it's the same truck.
See where it was bought. That's a good idea. If that doesn't pan out, maybe we could go to I don't know if it would be like the Chamber of Commerce or something like that. Just get an idea of how many ice cream trucks currently are permitted in San Damiel.
Wow,
They gotta have a
genius with the
permit.
permitting. Maybe we should make that part of montage. I can see it. Us in the archives, digging through the papers, looking for the ice cream trucks. As long as this is an action film.
Action movie thingy. Sitting in a room with books.
Rambo buys an ice cream.
Hell yeah, Rambo's a big inspiration of mine.
All right. So what would you then like to do? Now it's evening. The sun has finally gone down. It's still warm. You've finished your meal. You've been freaked out by this guy.
Well, we could go to the police. A word of caution. I wouldn't go saying that we're too involved in this. You know, if we say, oh, he came up and we talked to him and this and that, they're going to want to interview us and, you know, have us as witnesses. So we have to come across as just an interested party, but not someone who's in possession of evidence that he gave us. Because that will get us wrapped up in a bureaucratic nightmare.
Where was it when the shooting took place?
It wasn't really clear.
He just said it was, I think, 3 days ago that he shot him.
And in the article, it didn't say. Okay.
You know, we should look for, see if anyone's selling an ice cream truck too. Because one, I've got some cash. Maybe, you know, if we're going to use it in a movie, might as well use the original one.
Aren't you
Maybe I can make
afraid
an
of
offer.
becoming the ice cream man and then kidnapping children?
I'm not selling ice cream. No. Yep. I just want to own the thing.
You know, we could always
Could burn it in the movie as a prop.
we could always call the police station. You know, I'm sure there's a payphone around here somewhere, and just ask some questions. You know, hey, we're interested in, you know, I just read this news article about a murder. You know, what can you tell me about it? What'd you do with the ice? Like, did you impound the truck? Do you have any leads? Who, you know, on, you know, maybe if the ice cream man.
And this is how you do your research for your books. You ask the police over the phone.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten a lot of good stories from the police. You know, just calling and saying, "Hey, I read about this case. You know, what's, you know, what are you able to tell me about it?" Without getting into, you know, just too much discussion on an ongoing case. You know.
So Joseph, do a luck roll.
If it works for you.
I passed with a 12.
Okay. Then you probably do have a friend in the police department, that maybe a detective that's fed you information that you're friends with.
Yeah.
You can make up his name.
I usually try to limit my interactions with the police.
So where I live at my apartment, it's sort of almost like a plaza, and there's a bunch of different units there. And a while, you know, as time passed, you know, I'd always notice about the same time, I'd see it, you know, it must have been a local officer getting off shift. And I was really having writer's block. And so I saw him outside smoking a cigarette. And so I went and joined him and discussed that, told him I was an author, you know, looking at writing books and things like that. And I think I just plucked just the right string, because now I go and talk to him, and he can't give me, you know, specific names and addresses and things like that, but I never really needed all that. But I could probably talk to that guy. He probably knows a thing or two about this that he'd be willing to pass my way.
If he can tell us where the shooting happened, we can go and ask the locals what happened to the truck and stuff like that.
Yeah. And his name's Rob, I think. Mid-50s. I don't know if he's just a detective or a captain or something like that. But yeah, he lives adjacent to my building.
Hey, those pile of papers we have today's paper in there,
Sure.
in that pile. Can I take a check to see if like the classifieds is what I want. I want to see if somebody's got an ice cream truck for sale. Just curious.
Okay. Do a library. We'll call it that.
Libraries.
Probably quite a large section of classifieds.
A bit of good library use. And that is a 100. So that is a critical foul.
Okay. I mean, you see people with trucks for sale and cars for sale, but it's all in that really tiny writing, and there's just tons and tons of them. So you're scanning through, you don't seem to find anything like that.
Yeah.
It's worth a shot.
I mean, we can always just drive by the impound lot.
That's a
Yeah, I
good
don't know
idea.
exactly where it is, but I'm sure we could figure that out.
No, I know where
I
they
mean, a
in the
are.
phone book.
books.
People have to go there to get their cars when they get towed and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Gotta
So
be
we
in a
probably
phone
have to look through a handful, because I'd imagine that there's plenty of impound lots. There's probably a lot of wrecker operations here.
I imagine a handful of them, but that's still enough.
Yeah. We can ask at the entry if they have an ice cream truck. There won't be
Okay.
that many.
There's probably not that many in this town.
So I'm happy to drive.
Okay, I'll take care of the check, gentlemen.
Hey, big spender.
Yeah, I got a new gig.
Oh, good.
I'm
good.
in a McDonald's commercial.
Nice.
Well, this can cost considerably more than McDonald's. Eat there. All right, so you guys are going to go driving around, going to go look at the impound lot.
Yeah, might as well. It's a nice evening.
There's a fairly large one. Most of the police, that's where they put their stuff. So it takes you maybe 15 minutes drive. It's out towards the outskirts of San Damiel. You can see the northern Palisades sort of rising up their cliffs with very expensive homes up above. And but where you are, there's some less well-kept houses. And then finally you get to the impound lot. Now the impound lot is fairly large. It's got chain link all the way around it, and it's got those green plastic slats that are woven into the fence, so you really can't see inside. There's barbed wire on the top, and there's a building that's obviously the office that's right there. It's probably about 7. They're probably going to close at 8.
Okay.
Yeah. So when Ignacio was driving, we probably made it in 12 minutes instead of 15. I tried to push it.
Well, that's one way to see the police faster. And
That's why I try to limit my interactions by.
all right. So you've arrived there.
God, I was hoping we would be able to see into there. I mean, maybe there's a broken section or kind of prime apart a little bit, but we'd only get a very narrow view.
I mean, if you pull right up the fence, I'll stand on your car if you don't mind. I can peer over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mind, but
Look, I do my own stunts.
Well, what we could do also do is
you know what I told you about that.
You said that the lot is still it's not hasn't closed for the day yet.
Right, it hasn't.
Well, we
Right.
could always act like maybe we parked that car somewhere where we shouldn't have, and it got impounded, and we're just trying to see which lot has it. You know, we could say, "Oh, I got a silver Toyota Corolla I'm looking for," you know, and ask if we could look for it.
Yeah, seems easy enough.
It's worth a shot. At least gets us in there.
All right. So you go up the it's one of those swinging glass doors. You can go inside.
That was the
But-
only way into the lot through that office. You have to go into the office to get in, or is there like
That's correct. Yeah.
okay,
Unless they open the gates and wheel a car in there, then
yeah,
that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Hmm.
So you go in there and there's a guy behind the counter and he's doing some paperwork or something on the computer, and it's like, yeah, can I help you?
Hey, evening.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I was just wondering if I could just take a quick look in there, get my car.
What car is it?
It's a Honda Accord.
Honda Accord. There's 5 Honda Accords.
Yeah, I know.
what color?
I mean, it's silver.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a silver.
Look.
You
Just
got
a
your
quick,
license and
quick peek.
registration.
Please don't make me do that. I had a terrible day.
I'm sorry, it's just procedures we have to follow.
Well, your registration is probably in the glove box.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I go take a look while
Look,
he's
it'll only
checking for
be
the
2
registration?
minutes. Just gotta grab it, then we can all go about our day.
You're trying to retrieve something from the car?
Yeah.
You got to prove to me that it's your car.
Gosh.
Is it registered in your name?
No, it's my grandmother's.
Well, I think one thing that could solve this pretty quick, you know, we're not even sure that it was taken here, because what he did was he was in a rush and he double parked. And while he was in the store, they towed him away. So we're not even sure where they left his vehicle. Do you reckon we could take a quick look and just confirm, yeah, that's our car, that's not?
Yeah, have a heart, mister.
Well, it's not really procedure. How do I know you're not all going to gang beat me and steal?
If you want, you can
Cars.
take just one of us.
Yeah, I'd be willing to just wait out on the street.
You look kind of familiar. And he
Me?
points at Johnny. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was in a commercial.
Oh, here
Oh,
goes. his ego.
yeah.
Yeah.
The hemorrhoid cream commercial.
I'm not too proud of that one, but yes, we all got to start somewhere. Do you use it?
No.
Yeah, he's your guy. If you've got piles, or if you need Pepto-Bismol, Johnny's your guy.
Really not supposed to leave the counter. Hold on.
I was about to say, if you had some hemorrhoid cream, I'd sign that.
Gets his
for you.
He gets his keys. He goes over. He locks the front door, and turns the closed sign over, and he says, "All right, come on."
All right, cool.
So there's an internal door that goes to the lot, and he steps through it. He says, "Anywhere?"
And do I see an ice cream truck?
You don't.
No, sorry. I guess I got the wrong place. The plates don't match.
Oh, you had the plates. I could have matched the plates.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
So these are the ones that we've got that match your description. None of these.
No, the plates don't match.
Well, the
Sorry
only
to
other
waste your
place-
time, mister.
Only other place it could be is at Sam's across the city, but
They're probably closed by now,
the
huh?
police don't usually use that place.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're probably getting close. Oh well, sorry, couldn't help you.
Hey, I appreciate it. You're a good man.
Across the city. I think we can
Thanks
make
for your
it.
time.
All right.
Well, you're driving, Ignacio, so it's your ticket, not mine.
It's a bust. Let's go. But there's another place across the city.
Yeah.
You know of it?
No, but across the city is nice.
Okay.
Take the main street. Yeah, we should be
Okay.
20 minutes.
In one piece.
Stunt driver.
Well, there is a highway that goes. There's a highway that goes all the way from San Francisco down to Los Angeles that goes through the city, so you can get off and on.
All right.
But it's still going to take you about 15 or 20 minutes to get there. You're going to the other place?
Mhm.
All right. So you pull up to the other place, and it is in fact closed. What you do?
Oh,
It's. I'll give you this. It's a little more run down
mhm.
than the previous place. They originally had all the same sort of setup with the chain link and the slats, but a lot of the slats are missing.
Okay, so we can peek through.
There's plenty
Yeah,
of
I'll
places.
press my head up against the opening.
You
Should we
see,
do the call, Joseph?
Pardon?
The call to your contact at the police. There's a payphone over there.
I could give him a ring, or shoot, it's probably about the time that he's knocking off anyways. We might get lucky enough to go talk to him in person. I can see he's home.
okay, well, let's get back. As you look through the slats, this impound lot seems to deal in larger vehicles. So there are cars and buses and vans and things like that that are in there. You don't see any ice cream truck.
This location's the bus stew, gentlemen.
You know, we might be better off trying to talk to Rob, because he might be able to tell us, no, we didn't impound it, or we did, but they already got all the evidence they needed from it and cut it loose.
I mean, what does that mean? So there's no ice cream truck in these impound lots, so it probably already got sold, or at least belongs to someone now, or it might have just been scrapped, junked.
It's a possibility.
Or somebody stole it from the crime scene.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to talk to Rob about it, see what his scoop is on this. He might even work the case. I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's see what he says. He might know if someone came and got the ice cream truck and who that might be, because that'd be someone I'd want to talk to.
Okay.
I mean, my next couple days are free, so
So are you going to call him from the payphone, or?
Yeah, I could just call his home phone number just to see if he's home.
Okay.
And if he is, we can arrange to go meet him and talk to him.
All right. So you ring the phone. It costs you a quarter. I don't actually remember what it used to cost to use payphone. I think it was 10 cents, then it was 20 cents, and 25. His phone rings a couple times, then he answers and he's like, yeah, this is Rob. Who is this?
Hey, Rob, Joseph Hayward, your neighbor there.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, I was wondering if you had a minute. I had some questions about another case going on, and I was wondering if you knew anything about it. Something to do with.
Are you at home? You can just come over.
Yeah, I can be there in about 10 minutes or so. I was just out to dinner.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, well, see you in a bit.
Yep. Come on by.
Thanks. Bye.
So it's about 30 minutes away, but Inagio will drive it in 10. And okay, so you arrive at your apartment, and you can see his place across from you.
Boy, Ignacio, you've got a lead foot.
All right.
All right, so how do you proceed?
I'll just go knock on the door and just because it would be odd if someone else did. But yeah.
What are the rest of you doing? Are you going with him?
Yeah, I'll go.
If you don't think, I'll go too if it's not going to overwhelm him.
All right.
Okay, then I stay at the door. I don't want to be intimidating.
Well,
I'll stay at the
Picard.
door then
I don't know.
and talk to Ignacio.
Yeah, I don't know if you want a whole mess of us there. Maybe I'll just talk to him for a few minutes and I can give you guys the rundown.
Well, I mean, we'll have the writer and then the person funding the movie. Perfect.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think two of us is fine. I'll just.
Great.
All right. So you knock on his door and he opens it up. He's dressed down. He's not obviously in a uniform. He's like, Joe, come on in. Oh, who's your friend?
This is my buddy Johnny. We were just out to dinner catching up a little bit. I hope it was all right that I didn't want to tell
No,
him.
it's okay. It's okay. Come on inside. You guys want a beer?
Yeah, I do.
So he gets you guys a beer.
Thanks.
So what can I do for you? You guys all sit.
Hey, yeah, so I was sitting in the bistro there, the one over by the water, and I was going through an old newspaper, and there was this pretty interesting story, and I actually didn't know about it before. But I guess there was a murder of an ice cream truck driver, and this crazy guy was.
Oh yeah.
He ran up and said, "This is for David," and just killed the guy right there on the spot.
Yeah. They murdered him in cold blood right there in the street while the kids were all watching. Probably scarred some of them for life.
God, I'm sure. What was that all about? Did you work the case or?
No, not really. But I mean, everybody knows about everything going on in the office. I hear they got him. I think they got him this afternoon. He's locked up in Central.
Well, that's good.
Nutty as a fruitcake.
Yeah, I mean, so what was the ice cream man? I mean, were they involved in some illicit activities and they owe money or what?
There doesn't seem to be any motivation. The nut cake is I don't know. He's almost at this point. I heard them say that he's kind of catatonic. I think that he could be trying to get insanity plea, but
Sure.
I mean they always try that, but they don't realize that's much worse. It'd be much better to go to prison than to go to a mental hospital.
Yeah. So I had a question about the truck. So when something crazy like that happens, what do you guys usually do with something big like an ice cream truck? Obviously, you don't just leave it in the park.
Right. Yeah. They would have impounded it.
Okay. Yeah. So I heard about it and I just, my creativity got flowing and I was thinking about basing a new short story off of some events loosely. And I was looking for some inspiration. Do you know where they would have taken the truck? I just kind of wanted to see what it looks like and sort of get the feel of the place,
Probably the Red Star Impound lot. That's the first one that you guys went to.
Okay.
He says most likely there. If not there, then they'd go to the guy across town. But
So if they impound it and nobody comes asking for it, obviously, because the driver's gone, and I don't know if anybody else was in on that business.
well, in that case, it sits there for a certain period. I think they've got 30 days. If it's not, it can go up for auction.
Okay.
For
sure. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to see it and maybe think, see if it gave me any more ideas about what to.
Well, you should go by and ask them. You should go by and, they probably aren't going to let you in there. You have to come up with some sort of a ruse, like, I don't know, your grandma's vehicle was towed or something, and you need to find it. But
Sure. Yeah, no, that would be just a cover story. You need to get in there and take a look around, wouldn't it?
well, I suppose you could just call and inquire about it.
Yeah, that could be a good first step. Yeah. Then, yeah, I guess no one comes for it. They auction it off. Is there a certain auction house that would deal with all that?
Oh, I don't really know. I've never been to one of those police auctions, but that wouldn't happen for a month.
Right. Yeah, it'd be a while yet. Well, shoot. Yeah. So you don't know anything about was the So the driver, there was no connection, no motive. It's just a regular guy running the business, huh?
From what I understand, he drove up, he jumped out of his car, he started yelling, you fucking asshole, and something about somebody named David, and then just let loose on the kid. It was just a kid.
Just a kid driving a truck, huh?
Yeah, I think I was just out of high school, probably trying to make some money for college.
Sure. Do you know if this ice cream truck was sort of like a franchise of a larger brand, or if it was just an independently owned operation?
I don't think so. I imagine somebody would have come for the truck, but there didn't seem, it seemed to be privately owned.
Sure.
There's no way to tell that, I guess, unless you call around. Why are you so interested in the truck? Just because you want to see it?
Yeah, like I kind of want to, if I'm putting this into a story, obviously I'm not going to use any real names or anything like that, but kind of want to know what it looked like, what color it was, what sort of decals it had on it, maybe even what kind of ice creams were advertised on it, just to be realistic,
Yeah, I didn't actually see it, so that
Yeah.
wasn't on the case. But poor fella,
Yeah, that really is a tragedy. I mean, just a kid.
Poor the poor kids that watched it.
Yeah, they're gonna need
Jesus
some help.
Christ.
God, people these days. I mean, what's it coming to? I remember the days where you could let your kids play outside and just come home by dinner time, and now you got things like this. What's going on with people?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I appreciate your time, and thanks for the beer. Always a pleasure.
Sure.
Thanks, sir.
Keep me informed if you're going to write something up as a story,
Yeah, will do. Maybe there'll be a hero police officer named Bob in it.
Cool.
All right. Well, you have a good night. Take it easy.
You guys leave. Yeah.
When we get back to the group, well, I don't really know that we learned anything that we didn't already know. He suggested the same impound lot that we already went to. I don't think it's a cold lead because, Johnny was only in there for a second, not enough time to really see every single vehicle. But
did I have time to see every?
There's a lot of cars in there, but
Yeah,
you would
I
think
think I
that,
would have been able to see an ice cream
I think
truck.
that it would have stuck up above everything.
It's bright pink.
Bright
Yeah.
pink.
Give
truck.
me a little more credit, Joseph.
Sure. I just figured, I didn't know how big the lot was back in there because I couldn't see past the chain link.
You think we should talk to the kids, the victim's family? See where he bought it from.
That might be a good idea.
Before we do, I don't know if I want to go bugging a bereaving family right now, but I was thinking one thing we could do, we could call the impound lot tomorrow and just ask if they've impounded an ice cream truck. We could claim to be, the owners want to come pick it up. Just say, hey, we had an ice cream truck. It was involved in a case I'm sure that you know about, and we're trying to recover that property. And maybe they can confirm or deny whether they've got a vehicle like that there.
Or where it went.
Yeah, or where it could have gone if they, yeah.
Did you find out where this shooting happened in the city?
You forgot to ask.
All right. I don't think it's too late to go knocking on the door again. Just say, Rob, I forgot something.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, hey, where did this happen?
It happened on Rosemead and Fifth,
Okay.
residential area.
Yeah, I kind of want to go take a look at the area just to sort of get the lay of the land and sort of.
You're so damn morbid. You're hoping to find blood stains on the ground.
Well, more just what kind of neighborhood it was, whether it was
nice residential neighborhood. Kids, lots of little cul-de-sacs.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure I'm not too morbid for you. Decades in the career, I'm sure that you've gotten jaded to some of these things.
I know the way you authors work, but don't go bothering any of the people in that area. Don't
I wouldn't
find
do
out
it.
that their kids saw this stuff and shit, you know.
No, I'm not going to make him rehash any of that. That's crossing the line, Rob.
All right. Yeah. Promise me. don't
Appreciate
do
it.
that. Yeah.
All righty.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening.
All right. Bob coming through the connection.
So it's getting later in the evening. Do you guys want to do anything, or do you want to go home? Do you want to make plans for tomorrow?
I mean,
Need
we
to
should
go to
definitely.
training.
Yeah, I need my beauty sleep. We'll just regroup in the morning.
Yeah, we can get together in the morning.
Sure.
Todd, you picking everyone up, or
I
is
have a
that-
2-seater, so I can pick one of you up. But if
I can get the rest.
It's
Okay.
California. You all have cars. All right. So that's your plan, that you're going to meet up in the morning.
Mhm.
All right. So I'd like you all to do willpower rolls. Oh, wait. I just noticed that Joseph's or that Dan's not here. Wait for Dan.
pass,
Doce.
Fail.
Passed. 12.
Okay.
That's a hard success.
Dan, do a willpower roll.
Me?
Yeah, willpower.
20. I think that's
Okay.
lower.
So you all passed?
I failed.
You failed. Okay, Johnny. You have kind of a restless night. When it comes down to it, you're concerned a great deal about yourself, your health, and your welfare. And the thought that a homicidal maniac was literally sitting in the chair next to you at the table, you put on a good face, but it starts to really unnerve you, and how bad that situation could have possibly gone. So you toss and turn a bit that night, but you eventually fall asleep, and you wake up in the morning, you feel a little shitty, but you're okay. So where are we guys going to meet for breakfast?
Is there a diner or something in the vicinity of the Mead and Rose or something?
Not right there, because like I said, it's a residential, it's all houses there, but not too far, maybe
Yeah, Craig's. Yeah, that's close enough. They
10
make a
minutes.
mean omelet.
Craig's. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I can
All right.
do a good breakfast.
All right. So you all meet at Craig's in the morning. Let's say 9 o'clock.
All right, boys, did y'all get your beauty sleep?
Could have gotten a little better bit of sleep. You can see that the hair gel is a little messed up.
You dog, you went partying, didn't you?
I wish.
Well, happens to the best of us.
It's a new day.
That's right. You better keep those shades on. You're starting to look like a raccoon with those bags under your eyes.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that, brosif.
Oh, I'm sure you've got concealer and stuff like that you use in all your commercials.
Yes, I do. I'll get a southwestern omelet.
Okay. You get all of what you guys want, coffee. So what's your next move as you guys are sitting here discussing this?
So I imagine if we're going to spend any period of time looking in the area, we probably don't want to give the appearance of loitering. What do you guys think we can do to avoid that appearance.
I mean, if you had someone with a camera, you could say we're shooting pictures for X, Y, and Z magazine.
Yeah,
At least it looks a little more legit.
And if we bring some snacks with us and things like that, and maybe some food and drink, and we're just having a day at the park.
Yeah, I don't think we got to worry too much. I mean, I don't think the police are going to bother us as much.
Yeah, I mean, we're not doing anything illegal.
Okay.
Why did you want to, Ignacio?
No, but I mean, we've already hidden evidence from the police.
Nobody knows about that.
Yeah.
You might as well get into street racing now.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
You said you were going to call the impound lot?
Yeah, we could do that too.
All right. So there is a phone, of course, in the restaurant.
John, you got a quarter?
I'll flick him one.
A different voice answers. Obviously, it's not going to be necessarily the same guy who was in there last night. Such and such impound lot. What can I do for you?
Morning. Yeah, I'm just giving a call. My name's Jonathan, and my family, we run a small business. It's an ice cream truck. And unfortunately, well, something pretty bad happened.
Did you say ice cream truck?
Yeah. I'm sure you heard about it in the news. Just a kid.
Oh, you're talking about the ice cream truck. Are you going to tell me you're the owner?
Well, it's in the family. I'm just calling on behalf of my father.
Because somebody was here yesterday and picked it up. Said they were the owner.
Well, it could have been, maybe it was my brother or sister and just didn't tell me yet. What do they look like?
Well, fairly medium-sized guy, dark hair. He said that the guy who had the truck, the guy that was in the shooting, hadn't paid for it yet, and so he is reclaiming it.
Oh,
He had the red slip and stuff, so the pink
sure.
slip.
Oh, okay.
That must have been if it's maybe one of your brothers. Or
Yeah, the description does sound like it could be.
what's your last name?
Vargas?
Vargas. Well, this guy's last name was Jones. Hugh Jones.
I don't. Maybe it was. Maybe he sent a friend to pick it up. Maybe he was busy at work or something. I don't. Well, that's odd.
Oh, well, if I don't know, something sounds like it's off. You sure it was your truck that was here? Pink and white?
Yeah, that'd have been it. Well, I'm not going to get too out of sorts yet because, again, like I said, my brother could have had a friend go pick it up for him. Maybe he had an appointment or something like that. But
Well, this guy's name was on the pink slip.
oh,
Said that he'd owned it for since March.
Jones, huh? Did he give a first name?
Yeah, Hugh.
Hugh Jones. Yeah, I don't know. That's a confusing turn of events. Again, I wasn't really that closely involved with the business. I have my own career going on, so it could be a doing business as type deal.
Well, you'll have to take it up with him.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I'm sorry to take up your time, sir.
Where do you live? I mean, he gave me his address.
South end of San Damiel, down past the interstate below the interchange.
This is different than that. Yeah, there must be some confusion. I I suppose I can give you his phone number. If you need to call him.
Yeah, maybe that'll clear some things up. I worked in it when I was a kid, but since then, I went and did other things.
All right. I really shouldn't be doing this, but here's the phone number, and he gives it to you.
Well, I appreciate that, sir.
Don't give us don't keep us out of it. He, as far as we know, he legitimately owns the truck. So
absolutely, sir.
He
I'm sure it was just I'm sure it's no big deal, but I'll just give him a call and see if it got to the right place. So again, Thank you very much.
All right. So you got.
I hang up. Huh. Come back to the table. Well, I've got first and last name and a phone number of the man who picked up the ice cream truck.
Plot twist.
Wow.
So what's the name?
Hugh Jones.
Ah, that was on the paper slip. On the notes. The last driver, he had 3 question marks.
Interesting. I didn't catch that.
Yes, it is the last person on the missing drivers list.
Hmm.
Did you get any of his information?
Just his phone number.
Oh, I wonder if we can get an address with that.
Well, there's a
Maybe
phone
your
number.
top buddy.
Reverse lookup.
Yeah.
Yellow Pages.
Yeah.
No,
well,
we'll
white
look at-
pages probably.
We'll go to White Pages, look that up. Pay this man a visit.
Yeah.
You look up the number, and you get an address kind of in a ritzier part of town, residential area.
Okay. So how do you want to play this, boys? I think that if we just show up, it'll be a little weird.
I mean, if he has an ice cream truck, it might be parked right in his driveway, unless he's got a garage.
Mhm.
It wouldn't fit into most people's garages.
There you go.
So don't forget that this is potentially a guy who killed multiple children in other places.
What if I go to him and say that I'm looking to buy an ice cream truck? See if he, obviously, because of the killing, he had to take his truck back because it wasn't paid for. Maybe I could help him out and I'm looking for one. And I'll even tell him, if I'm not looking to sell ice cream, I just, we want to use it for potential movie prop.
He wanted to sell it, so yeah, I think it makes sense.
True. Yeah, we could have Todd go in as an interested buyer. One thing I am a little concerned about is that Jeffrey talking to us. He did say something about like when it changed hands, somehow the new owner always ended up in a bad way or something like that. And he said that he killed the ice cream truck driver too early or something. I know that's getting into some hokey kind of stuff, but again, I don't know what your beliefs are, but some people are pretty superstitious.
I don't think we should kill anybody over an ice cream truck.
Oh, no. I'm just saying that if Todd here becomes the new owner, he might be a new victim.
If I'm not gonna, I'm just curious. I don't know if let's just say I want to take a look at it. I don't have to purchase it.
Yeah, and I'd ask him, if you're going to go in there as a potential buyer, I'd go in with a list of questions, like, hey, what's your overhead costs look like?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What kind of profit margins have you gotten out of this? What suppliers do you use? Things like that, really sell it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Should Johnny and I stay at the car, or how do you want to do this sale?
I mean, Kind of want to stay away from that freaky deaky owner.
Well,
Shall we say that you're driving over there as you guys are discussing this in the car?
Yeah.
sure. Well, Johnny, you're an actor. I'm sure that you could. One of you guys could be the person who'd be running it, and one of you could be just an interested investor, giving him seed money.
Do that. Put Johnny's acting chops to the test here.
You know I can't back down from that challenge.
Yeah. Test your skills.
Okay.
Well, Todd, you seem like the kind of guy that would be the behind the scenes money source, and maybe Johnny, you could be the potential new business owner.
Yeah.
Fine by me.
So as you're driving, you're off the freeway, you're driving into a very nice residential, upper class residential area. Most of the houses are 2 stories, multiple bedrooms, very nice front yards, manicured lawns and spruce bushes and flowers growing. And you're looking at the addresses as you're going along, 102, 104, 106. And then up ahead, you see the address. It's a very nice place. Garage door is open. There is no truck there. There's a car, a little sort of off brown colored car. And this is what, 10 o'clock or 10:30 in the morning. Garage doors open, and you think you can see maybe somebody fiddling in there as you drive by.
Sure. Well, we should park a little ways away. I don't want, if you're talking to this guy, I don't want him to ask, hey, well, who are the other 2 guys in your car?
I mean, it looks like he doesn't even have an ice cream truck to sell. So
Sure. He could be getting it detailed.
So now what's our excuse to even be there?
I'll try and ask around if somebody saw an ice cream truck yesterday.
Yeah, let's ask one of his neighbors.
Let's think about this for a second, because you made a good point that our reason to be here really isn't there now, because we can't walk up and be like, hey, you look like a man who would own an ice cream truck.
My acting is not that good. Let's just talk to the neighbor, because we know that is like a definite.
Sure. But if we went and asked them, hey, does your neighbor over there own an ice cream truck? Well, what would make you think that? Why?
I can lie and say, oh, I passed by earlier and I saw one.
Sure. Well, I guess I'll let you do the talking.
Yeah, if they say no, then I walk away. If they say yes, we're in.
Sure.
All right. So the houses have fairly large front yards. You walk over to the one on the left, and you go up. You don't know whether people are home or not. There's a car in the driveway.
Okay.
So you go up and you knock. After a couple of seconds, well, you maybe ring the bell. After a couple of seconds, a woman, she looks like she's probably in her mid-40s. She answers the door, but she doesn't open the screen. We have screen doors. She says, yeah, can I help you?
Hi, name's Johnny. Your neighbor over there. He owns an ice cream truck, right?
Mr. O'Keefe? No.
No, never.
No.
And you've lived here for how long? Pardon me.
Well, it's none of your business, but who are you?
Oh, just an interested customer. I thought I saw an ice cream truck over there the other day.
No, there's never been an ice cream truck over there. Ice cream trucks come around, but
Yeah.
no.
Well, a lot of ice cream trucks come around this area.
Usual. I'm sorry. I'm rather busy. I don't have time to talk right now.
Sure.
She closes the door. Doesn't know what you're selling.
Yeah, so the last name of that neighbor is O'Keefe, which it doesn't match up with Hugh Jones.
Hmm.
No ice cream truck.
So he gave a fake number.
I mean, we could always call if he's still in the garage, doing some mechanical stuff with his car, and we call the number and he answers it, he hears it in his house, then we know it's the same guy.
So
Where could we
Man.
call? Sorry,
Yeah, is there a payphone?
it's a residential.
Probably
I'm thinking.
not nearby. You'd have to go back
Oh.
to a convenience store or something like that.
So I'm trying to think here. So a man went to the impound lot, presented himself as Hugh Jones, gave him that phone number, and the slip matched up with the ownership of the ice cream truck. We look in the white pages, and it says that Hugh Jones lives here.
And he must have identified himself as Hugh Jones because Johnny had to show ID and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe O'Keefe is actually the fake name that this guy's given to all his neighbors.
Yeah, that's what
Because
I'm
he's a serial
thinking.
killer.
So maybe the actual, on the books, Hugh Jones lives there, but it'd be easy to introduce yourself to your neighbors as Mr. O'Keefe.
But that doesn't explain where's his ice cream truck.
Maybe he doesn't keep it. Well, I mean, if he's if he's a criminal, I certainly wouldn't keep the vehicle involved in these crimes at my house.
So what do you want to do?
Well, I certainly wouldn't approach Mr. O'Keefe and ask him about an ice cream truck. That's going to put him on the defensive.
Maybe I can go to the other neighbor on the other side of his house, ask to use their phone, call that number. Just to confirm it's him.
Okay.
Do a luck roll.
Okay.
That's for Johnny.
Johnny's feeling pretty lucky, 30 out of 50.
So if that's what you're going to do, Johnny, you start walking back across and you're going to go to the neighbor on the other side.
Mhm.
Just as you are almost halfway there, the guy in the garage, he comes out. It does look like he might have been working on a car. But he looks like he's maybe in his early 60s. Thin, wiry, dressed in a t-shirt and blue jeans, gray hair, pretty well kept, but he's got a beard and so forth, and he's wiping his hands on something. He notices you, but he doesn't pay any attention. You're just somebody walking by.
Mhm.
And he goes over to the hose in his front yard and turns it on and takes a drink from the hose and
And I'll just pivot
keep going.
and I'll go to him.
Oh,
I say, nice day, isn't it?
yeah, I guess so.
Beautiful day for a walk.
Your new neighbor or something?
Oh, we're just actually scoping out the neighborhood. I'm thinking of buying up some property around here.
Oh,
How's
it's
the
nice.
neighborhood?
It's a nice neighborhood. Quiet.
Oh, yeah. A lot of ice cream trucks come around here.
Oh, you got kids?
Thinking about it.
No. I mean, the same as always, a few here and there pop in once in a while during the summer, during the day. And he extends his hand. He says, Sam O'Keefe.
Sam O'Keefe and Johnny Chu. Shake his
Nice to
hand.
meet you, Johnny, too. Good luck.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if there's any houses in the neighborhood that are available, but
How long have you lived here?
it was 10 years.
10 years. Wow.
Mm.
Paradise. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll walk back to
All
the
right.
rest of the guys.
Have a nice day.
You too.
And he washes off what he was doing, and then he actually heads into the house.
So apparently we got a wrong address. This guy's lived here for 10 years. And that is,
Mhm.
he introduced himself as Keith. Or maybe, and he didn't know anything about any ice cream trucks. What did that set of papers say about the ice cream truck owners?
Hmm.
You mean the one with the list?
Yeah, because I'm checking the time
Well,
period he's been here.
Hugh Jones, that must have been more recent than what the nut job could come up with a date. But before that, it was Lester Carter, March 31st, 1990, Mark Kaplan, January 16th, 1990. So just months ago. And those were all in Los Angeles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then previous to that, Riverside, previous to that, Blythe.
And the description of the Hugh Jones doesn't match with the O'Keefe guy.
Not at all.
No.
It
So
would
he
be
just gave a fake number,
to,
something you picked up.
well, if this guy's lived here for 10 years, you know, if someone just moved in, then I could see it, you know, having the wrong name in the white pages. But why is it saying that somebody else lives where Sam O'Keefe lives?
Knowledge roll.
Okay. That's pass.
How'd you do, Dan? It's your main stat.
Oh, I passed.
What happened, or what it would seem to happen, is that Hugh Jones, the original owner of the truck, gave a false address, a false phone number. He just made up a number random, which just happens to be this house. He already was the owner. Any credentials that he would have had would have said Los Angeles, but they would have matched the pink slip, and they would have matched his license and things.
Okay. So I don't know if that's really going to do us any good.
Well, it tells you one thing. It tells you that he's lying about his identity in
Yeah.
order to keep people from finding out where and who he is.
Huh.
Yeah. So I don't know if calling that number really is going to help us anymore.
Maybe we should just be on the lookout for ice cream truck listings, like in the newspaper in the upcoming days. With these past ice cream truck sales, do we know if there's some kind of medium that it's constantly been done in? Is it just been put on the newspaper only as potential?
You don't
look for
know
sales?
that, but you can guess that
I think-
might be the case.
Okay. And just to confirm that, maybe we can even head to the library, look at newspaper articles from like other towns where these ice cream trucks have been sold.
That's a lot of research.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm trying to get this roll.
Yeah. I think I'll just drive around and look out for ice cream trucks.
Okay.
Maybe the drivers know each other. So if I find
that's
one,
true.
I'm trying to stop him and ask some questions.
They usually work together. They have their
against each other.
turfs.
Another ice cream truck, and then because we have a picture of the ice cream truck.
That's a really great idea, Ignacio.
Yeah.
They're probably at the beach. If you want to drive over to the beach, nice day.
Yeah, always.
Could also swing by the park where the truck was.
Yeah, we'll do a loop.
All right. So you spend a good portion of the day driving around looking for ice cream trucks. Of course, you find them because it's the middle of the day. There's, I think that it's a Wednesday. It's summer, kids are out of school. So they get a lot of business going up and down the streets. but you don't find anything that matches the look of that particular ice cream truck. You go down to the beach. There are some people parked there selling ice cream. Same thing. You don't find much. But along around, I mean, at some point you'll have lunch. You'll, worry if this is whether it's worth looking into. It seems an impossible task. But around 5:30, as you're driving, you just so happen to see an ice cream truck that turns out of a cul-de-sac and starts heading down a main road. And you're pretty sure it's the truck. It's got the pink and the white. And it starts to get on the main highway.
Mhm.
All right, get him, Ignacio. Ever race an ice cream truck? Well, tail
Can't
him.
be that hard.
All right, so you follow this ice cream truck, and it just seems to be driving along. Do you want to do anything other than just follow it?
Get the plates.
Okay, you can get the plates.
Mhm.
I suppose in an area like this with lots of, is this a big town? Like, I'm just thinking,
I mean, it's technically a city, but it's a small city.
so it wouldn't, so there would be lots of cars really close to each other. So it wouldn't look out of sorts for us to be close to him.
It's not LA, like, where it all jams down because they're more modern highways. They've built them better. But I mean, no, people pass each other all the time, and people pass trucks because trucks travel a little slower.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'll overtake him, but do it very slowly.
Okay. So
See if we can get a good look at him.
Okay. As you are going by, you notice that there are two people driving. Okay. Well, there's two people in the front. One looks like he's maybe in his 50s. You're only sort of getting the impression as you're going by. You can't see very clearly. Looks like he's older, maybe in his 50s. Probably has brown hair. And you see a younger guy, looks also like he might be, maybe in his early 20s. And he's sort of dressed in a little, ice cream man uniform. And he's actually driving the truck. And you can sort of see that the other guy is talking to him. About the time that you get that good look, they start to pull over to go off the freeway. And you follow?
Yeah.
Okay. You follow him into a more industrial part of the town. And at this point, you start to notice something too. You start to notice other ice cream trucks there suddenly are a lot more ice cream trucks. And you realize that they're all sort of going in more or less the same direction. It's not a ridiculous, it's not a weird, all these things. But you realize that at least two of the others and this one are going to the same place. And it looks like it's an industrial, those sort of like industrial business areas where it's just big white cubicle buildings, maybe with a door and a little bit of a front, but it's not like a storefront. It's business. It's a business park. You see them all pulling into an alley that goes towards the back of the business park, and you see them then turn and they're all pulling into a lot that also has a chain link fence around it and barbed wire. They're all pulling in there and parking. And on the building's top, you see that it says Ramses Incorporated on the building. And there's a little ice cream cone as their logo. Looks like there are, in fact, 7 trucks. This must be closing time.
So
And
they all look identical, or is it?
No, they all look like they all have their own little characteristics. Probably the only thing that's the same is what they're selling, but
Yeah.
This particular person looks like they probably buy trucks to add to his fleet of trucks. And they all pull in and park, and somebody pulls the gate too. You can see there's a warehouse. You can see that there's like a warehouse door that's open. And then there's a little front, that looks like it's an office, glass front on it, on the front of the building.
So it's like that's where he has all the ice cream that they distribute is
like a
kept there?
distributor, yeah. And you can see the people getting out of their trucks and going into the warehouse. And
I'll drive once around the block to see if there are any other exits, like private cars parked there. Must be a
there
company
are
parking lot.
from that particular lot, that's it. There's just the gate going in. However, there's a lot of parking around that. Like I say, there's all cube buildings with pet grooming and
But
mattress
anyone-
warehouse and stuff like that. So there's lots of places to park.
But anyone that is dedicated to Ramses employee
Well,
only
probably the
parking?
employees are going to come out and get in their cars and go home.
Yeah.
It looks like they got a meeting.
Yeah, there's
soon.
there's
They
some
haven't just
there's
left
some
right
there.
away.
There's some there in front of Ramses for clients to park.
Yeah.
So do we want to make contact with any of these people? Because we could park where their personal cars are parked and they will come this way. I don't know where I would say.
Is there a now hiring sign?
There isn't, no.
Okay. Do you think we're gonna sneak in there
We
What?
could
like a Bond film?
we could see if they're going to come out here and get in their cars and go home. We could always ask a couple of them about getting into the business. Like, hey, how do I get involved in this? We were thinking about starting our own ice cream truck. Are you looking for more drivers or?
There's strategically, there's a couple of things that you notice. One is that the lots in the back, it abuts up against a block wall that goes the full length of the business park. And there's probably other business parks over there, but there's a 10-foot high block wall between there. Access to that area could come from this alley or down one of these alleys that leads to this alley. There's a lot of ways to it. And the whole area can't really be seen from the street, even though there are, lights that sort of light up the parking lot at night. If a cop car were to go by, he wouldn't necessarily be able to see unless he drove behind the buildings, which he probably wouldn't do.
Maybe we should wait until they close
Yeah.
and then come back later and just kind of go right in, climb over the wall.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
It strikes me as odd that they all drove in, and if they're going to be, clocking out and going home,
Yeah, what time is it?
why wouldn't they close the gate why wouldn't they come out and then close the gate behind them? Why would they close themselves in?
Well, because they would going into the warehouse. There's a big warehouse
So
store
they would
there.
out there. They would exit the warehouse somewhere
Right.
else.
Come out
Okay.
the front door.
Got it.
So if there's like a main office building or something like that,
Right.
I'll park next to it so that we can observe who gets out and who's moving where. Maybe we can spot those two in the crowd. At least that's what Ignacio's doing. The other
Okay.
ones can go sneak in or whatever you wanted to do.
The man driving the truck that we saw on the highway, did he roughly meet the description that the man from the impound shop gave us?
No. This was
Okay.
a younger guy, like I say, about 20, clean cut. Couldn't quite tell what color his hair was because he had on one of those funny little hats. But he didn't seem to match that description either. Nor did the guy who was sitting next to him, who
Okay.
looked older.
Did we notice in the other trucks going in, did the drivers wear a uniform as well?
Yes,
Okay.
they did.
Were they matching? I know the trucks
Yeah.
don't match.
Yeah,
but
they
the
all had
uniforms were?
matching uniforms.
Like Ramesses employees.
Did the
So people start to trickle out and go to the car. You can see they're laughing and they're friendly and they're,
Hmm.
joking with one another as they come out. And some of them say goodnight to each other. And a couple of them notice your car sitting there.
Do any of these people match the description from the impound place?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, maybe some of them vaguely do, but you don't know if,
No,
you don't even know how reliable that description was.
I'm gonna get out of the car and approach them.
Okay.
everybody that came out and just went to their cars, were they in like maybe the hat was off, but did they still have the ice cream truck uniform on, or is it just, was there other people too?
No,
Like a
they
mix
still
of
had,
people?
there were a few that didn't have the uniforms on. A couple of ladies looked like maybe,
The office,
office people.
some of the warehouse workers.
Right.
Okay.
So Johnny, you're going to walk up to them,
Hmm.
and they slow down and they're looking at you. I say, "Can we help you with something?"
Yeah. You in the ice cream business?
Well, we work for Ramsey's for Pete
For Pete?
Ramsey's.
Oh, yeah. I was seeing if I could get into the business somehow. I heard it's very profitable being an ice cream man.
Oh, talk to Pete.
He's still in?
Oh yeah, he's still in there. He's usually in there
Okay.
for an hour until we leave.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You have a nice night then.
All right.
I'm going to head in.
Yeah, Johnny, let's go in. Let's talk to Pete.
Okay.
Okay. So you go inside, and the receptionist is just coming out the door, and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, we're closing."
Oh, one of your employees told me that I can talk to Pete.
And she
But it's
leans
about
back inside
business.
and she says, "Pete, there's somebody here for business." And he goes, "I'll be out in a second. Do you want me to stay?" And he's like, "No, go ahead." So she said, "He'll see you.
Much appreciated. Have a good evening.
You too." She seems cheery. They all seem kind of cheery. And also, just as you're going in, the two men that you saw in the truck, they come through the back door, the one that goes into the warehouse, and they're laughing about something. And the old guy says to the young guy, he says, "Martin," he says, "it's your first day. I'm sure you'll get the gist of it. The truck handles pretty well. But I don't have to go with you every day. Maybe tomorrow I'll go with you, but from then on you're on your own." So it's all right, Mr. Lackey. And they're sort of smiling, laughing, and they walk past you out the door.
Any name tags so I can get a first name?
Well, he said Martin when he was
Martin's the
talking to
kid?
the young kid.
Yeah, and then he said
Mr. Lackey.
Mr. Lackey.
Mr. Lackey is the older guy.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
And they go out. After a couple of minutes, a man, he's in dark slacks and kind of a red shirt, not a bright red shirt, dark maroon shirt. he comes out and he says, yeah, can I help you? I'm Pete.
Oh yeah, I was looking for employment. You got an office?
Oh, well, we don't have any employee. We don't have any need for employee. We actually hired somebody just yesterday.
Oh man, they were telling me, Martin,
Yeah, Martin.
yeah, and then we got Mr. Lackey, right? I can't remember
Yeah.
his first name.
Joe Lackey.
Yeah, Joe Lackey. Yeah, man, that's quite a shame though. I really wanted to get into the ice cream business.
Well, I mean, it's pretty competitive in this town.
I know. I heard it makes a lot of money.
Well, depends on if you diversify. I mean, you got to do some other things too.
Mhm.
But in my case, I've built up quite a fleet.
So you own this franchise, and
I
they
own
all
the-
buy in.
Well, it's not a franchise; it's a
Okay.
private business. But yeah, I
Okay.
own all the.
So none of
trucks.
them actually own the truck itself. You
That's
rent them
correct,
out.
yeah.
They work per hour. Okay. Yeah.
What's
Well,
your,
They
what's
make
your
they
newest
make
truck?
wages. What's that?
What's your newest truck? I see your fleet doesn't. Yeah, they're not all the same.
Well, I
Like,
acquired one just this afternoon, this
Oh, wow.
morning, actually this morning. The pink and white one.
Yeah. Where'd you get that one?
It was sold to me by a fella. Said that he was moving out of town. Wanted to make a quick sale, so
So
Well,
technically,
people
you own
quickly.
it, right?
I do. I
was
mean, once the
wondering-
the paperwork's got to go through and everything. But
And you paid for it already.
yeah, I pretty much I needed to test it out and make sure everything was
Oh, yeah.
okay. But
Oh, I mean, it's such a great profession being a business owner. One day I want to be a business owner.
you get what you get. The truck's kind of interesting, and the fellow that sold it to me was a little interesting, I guess.
Oh
you
yeah,
could call it.
no, do tell. If I'm going to be a business owner, how do we deal with those types?
Well,
of people?
hygiene is a very important thing.
Hygiene.
Yeah, you gotta. You see, my employees are all part of my rules. They gotta bathe every morning. They've gotta be clean shaven. They've gotta dress in uniforms and stuff like that. Sometimes you run across these people that are
Slobs.
smelly, yeah,
Yeah,
and they really need to. They're probably selling drugs out of the back of their truck. I don't know.
So you really had to sanitize that truck. Was it
Yeah.
dirty? Did you get it dirty?
No, it was actually in pretty good condition.
Oh,
It's a little odd modifications to it, but
what do you mean by odd modifications?
yeah.
So is it like non-industry standard?
He said it came from LA. They have different. There's not really any standards. A lot of people convert different vehicles into
Mhm.
ice cream trucks. But
So did you get rid of the modifications, or I don't know if there's any.
I
ice
haven't
cream
had
truck
any
standard.
time. I haven't had any time for anything like that. It's I don't make money
Mhm.
working on these things unless they get breakdown. So this one's in working order. Anyway, I really don't have any openings.
I mean, if you could
and-
give me your card,
Sure.
I'll definitely keep
my
you in
card.
mind, and I'll be on the lookout for any listings.
He gives you his card.
Right.
Says
Tuck that in.
but if you're thinking about getting into the business, I've got a couple of competitors in town.
Mhm.
San Damiel's not very big. You'd probably do better in a bigger town like San Francisco or LA.
Yeah, well,
San
I mean,
Jose.
I would like to be close to home. You know what I mean?
You live here.
I live around.
Are you married?
Oh, one day.
No. It's a hard life, running your own business.
I'll
Oh.
definitely keep that in mind. You have any questions, Todd?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Like, I always wanted to, see what it looks like inside these ice cream trucks and in the back, like how they're laid out and everything. You mind if I took a look at that truck? Yeah.
They're all locked up for the evening.
Okay.
I don't want to have to open all that stuff up.
No,
Anyway,
I
they're
understand.
basically trucks with freezers in them.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry I couldn't help you.
No problem. You helped me out by just taking the time to talk. And while I'm looking around, is there any security cameras?
There is one in the office.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Have a nice evening.
You too. All right. I
And
think we should break in.
Yeah, I definitely want to come back tonight.
As you go out of the door, you see him lock the door, and then he goes back into his office. Probably finish up work for the day.
I mean, he's here for at least another hour. I overheard.
What are we?
Okay.
And then
You're
go
getting
back
back to the car?
Yeah, we'll get back in the car and relay the information.
Yeah, so what did you guys find out?
Well, that original guy sold it to this business owner here, Ramsey. And now that ice cream truck's part of his fleet. And they just hired a new guy who's driving that around. That's why the older guy was with him. So my thing is, if this curse of the killer ice cream truck is real, who's actually the owner? So is that the business owner, Mr. Ramsey, going to start chopping up kids, or is it the new kid, the young guy?
Owner picked it up from the impound lot, gave the name Hugh Jones, took off with the truck.
Yep, and sold it to our friend Pete Ramsey.
Sold it to this Ramsey guy.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Who knows?
the kid is driving around. This kid he's driving around with a Mr. Lackey, a guy named Joe Lackey.
Yeah.
And, it looks like he's training him.
Yeah.
This young kid they just hired. I'm wondering. It sounds like somebody completely different sold him the truck.
No. This Hugh Jones probably sold Ramsey the truck.
So I'm thinking, if we were to entertain just for a moment that what that gentleman told us was true about the guy taking over the drivers of these vehicles, you would think he would, with a Mr. Lackey, like watching him, train him, he wouldn't be able to act on that anytime soon.
That's true. That's true. He won't be able to kidnap
Lackey
anyone.
said he's going to drive around with him tomorrow, probably be the last day, and then he's on his own. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Why? This other guy, the smelly guy, he's got to wait until the kid's alone if he were going to do something that wasn't.
So it's a good idea.
But you mentioned Pete said that the guy he bought the truck from was skipping town.
Yeah, the Hugh Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's probably gone with the wind. But if this curse is real and we need some stuff to write down for this script, we should really tail the new kid who's getting trained tomorrow. Follow him back to his house. Yeah.
Bingo.
So this complex doesn't look that secure.
I mean, I saw some cameras around. There's probably a camera overlooking the lot. He's a pretty good business owner. I know I'd have fun.
But if we're following the trend of the list that Jeffrey made, the next Hugh Jones from the list would be not this kid, but Pete Ramsey.
I mean, Pete, he's probably sitting in the office all day. He wouldn't get a chance to do that. So it probably goes to the actual ice cream man, this Martin kid. I didn't manage to get his last name.
Right, but it was said that when Hugh Jones picked it up, he said that he could have just been lying, but that he was picking it up because the guy owed money on it or whatever. So do you think it's the actual operator?
That's why we should keep an eye on him tomorrow by just watching him.
Sure.
If we tail him tomorrow, we'll know where he lives, and we got a hell of a story.
So that's the hunch that we're going to work off of, is that the operators of the vehicles are the ones that are being
It'd make more sense.
Affected. Okay.
Yeah.
We go in, if he does have cameras in the lot, as long as we don't do any major damage that we can't hide or take anything, there's not going to be a reason to look at those tapes. So, and they eventually probably just get recorded over anyway. They only go back to the tapes if there's a crime. So we'll just have to be, a little extra careful when we're in there, and they won't even know we're there. It's not like we're going in to rob the place, we're just taking a look around.
Oh yeah.
Johnny, do a knowledge roll.
Knowledge?
I'm sorry, Johnny.
Oh, okay.
50 out of 60.
Okay. He didn't actually say the guy was skipping town. He said that the guy was acting like he needed to unload the truck because he was going to skip town or something, like
Okay,
he really needed to unload it quickly.
got it.
Because he wants people to sell ice cream from it.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys are going to try to break into the lot tonight. Would you like to take a 10-minute break before we go into that?
Sounds good to me.
All right, cool. So I assume then that at some point you drive away, you go find a diner once again, have some dinner, and you're going to wait for a while.
Let's have a quick chat. So I do want to get in there. There's also the angle of following the kid tomorrow. Do we have a preferred order?
I mean, I'd rather just see it now. We're in the area. Save some gas.
All right.
We should get something to cover our faces, and then we can get in there.
We'll probably stop by a market.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the
Yeah, I do
blanket
think
for
we should
the,
do it
for the
after
barbed
dark.
wire.
So we'll need. All right. So we're
Sorry,
gonna,
Todd, what did you say?
Oh, I was just saying that I think we should do it after dark, after the sun sets. So maybe what time is it about now? Like it's summer.
It's probably about, well, you're in the diner. We'll say it's around 9.
Okay, so we could
It's
do that.
friendly, yeah.
Sun's probably going down.
You probably got a flashlight in your car.
I do. I have got a flashlight. I got a crowbar too, if we need
You
it.
think we should bring the tire iron as well?
Yeah.
In case we find something, want to sabotage the ice cream truck.
Um,
That'll make a great story.
So if we're gonna climb over the fence, we're gonna need. Well, I definitely wear long sleeve shirts, pants.
A blanket to put
We're
over
gonna
the bar.
need, yeah, like a
Like
blanket.
Ignacio
or
recommended.
yeah, like a piece of carpet or something. Gloves.
Now, Joseph did say earlier that if you guys actually leave evidence of a crime, that's when they would review
The tapes.
yeah,
the videos. If there's no crime evidence, then they won't ever bother.
yeah.
Yeah,
I just want to take a look at this supposedly cursed ice cream truck.
sure.
I mean, we're not viewable from the street. Just walking around earlier.
That's correct, right?
I'm not really. I don't want to put on like you see in every movie. It's so cliche. They got the black turtlenecks on and the black cat suits and everything going over the fence. I think, if something did happen and we got caught in there, I mean, if we're not dressed like like we're about to commit the biggest bank heist in history, I mean, I think it'd be easier to talk our way out of it.
I think as long as we can get in there without being seen,
Yeah.
then kind of take it easy and take our time on the inside there.
Yeah.
So it's that just first couple of minutes of everybody getting over that we got to worry about. I mean, unless someone's burning the midnight oil and.
I mean, we can see if there's lights inside on the building.
Sure.
Yeah. Did we? Yeah, we'd have to check to see if that what's his name there, Mr. Ramsey, Pete Ramsey left like before. I wouldn't want to go in while he was still there.
You
Hopefully
could
he's
probably
gone by
guess
now.
which car was his because it would have been the only one left.
The
by
last one
time it
left.
came out.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, was if we knew which vehicle was his.
Yeah, by that time you would have been.
Okay.
The secretary did say he usually stayed like about an hour more.
All right. So we'll assume then that you go and you park behind the buildings. Maybe even behind the cubicle, the cube building next to it, and then just walk across. There's no patrols or anything like that. It's a minimally secured area. They just don't want you stealing their trucks. So, you know. All right. So you guys are going to attempt to climb over using the blanket to soften the barbed wire. Who's going to go in? All of you?
Oh, I want to go in. Yeah, I definitely want to go in.
Yeah. Is there any reason not, maybe
I mean, someone should be lookout.
maybe somebody should be a lookout.
Just because I asked doesn't mean that I'm setting you up. So
Yeah. I think if we were going to split up, I think we should probably just leave maybe one person to kind of maybe flash a flashlight a few times if, somebody's coming in. Or...
I can play that role really good.
Do you want to do that?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
all right. So the other three are going in then.
Mhm.
And Johnny's hiding, or he's going to signal you if something happens. Okay. So the three of you, I would like you to do a climb roll. If you're climbing chain link, it's fairly easy to climb.
My climb is the base 20. Yeah, 42.
You can spend luck or you can push it. If you push it, you will fall and injure yourself.
Okay. Like hospital, need a hospital injury or just
Probably a sprain.
a sprain?
You can't spend luck on push rolls.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to give you a hand, Todd. I'm going to give you a hand.
Oh,
That help?
yeah,
Sure.
if you could help me get up there. If we
Yeah.
do. How would that?
Yeah, I'll also help out. Like, I'll put my hands together, give them a lift.
Okay.
I'm probably the first to go over.
Yeah, I'm not going, so I can keep helping everyone.
Right. So Ignacio goes over without any difficulty. Joe Hayward, did you do okay?
Despite some experience climbing, when I was a fire lookout, I did not succeed my role.
Okay. Did you want to spend luck or push it?
So if I don't do those things, am I not able to reattempt?
That's correct.
Okay.
You know what? I'll give you both a because he's helping you. So you can try one more time.
Okay.
Roll one more time.
84, even worse.
Okay. Yeah. The rich guy is not necessarily the athletic guy.
I'm not very athletic.
I was close enough, so I'm just going to spend some luck to get it down.
Okay. Cool. So Joseph and Ignacio managed to get over. Johnny and Todd don't. Well, Johnny doesn't try. So Johnny, you feel a little relieved because now you've got some company.
I don't have to go into there and get murdered.
Ugh.
All right, Ignacio and Joseph. You climb back down. You're inside. You go across the lot, and as you're walking across the lot, a light suddenly comes on. You think it's automatic, movement light that just sort of lights up the general area. Not particularly bright, but it startles you for a moment when it happens. You can see the truck in question. There are a bunch of trucks lined up. The ice cream truck, the pink and white one, is a little bit longer than most of the other trucks. The other trucks are more compact. It's like a bigger industrial ice cream truck. So you get over there. There are, on the ice cream truck, there are there's a driver's side door and a passenger side door. And on the passenger side door, there is also a closable window in the side of the truck, which is where they sell the ice cream out of. So, and then there's the front windshield. There's also on the back of the truck, there's a couple of doors, that would open like, for loading and unloading stuff. All of them are locked, of course. Wait just a moment.
You did mention
Okay.
locked up. And again, we don't want to leave evidence of break-in.
You guys have flashlights, right? You probably have flashlights.
Yeah, let's do the easiest thing first and look in through the windows.
Okay. Looking in through the front window, you can see, of course, the driver's seat, a passenger seat. You can see the step down to the door. You can see the sort of depth of the truck. And from your perspective, on the right-hand side, there are a number of large freezers, chest free, what do I want to say? They only come up to about your midriff in this kind of freezer that you open this way. And it looks like towards the back, there may be some other equipment and stuff back there. There are stickers or posters and things on the wall, with the prices, and you can see that they're also on the left-hand side. There's the same thing. There's stuff with prices so that the people in the truck know what the prices are. They can tell the kids and so forth. But other than that, it looks pretty normal.
Okay. Well,
Is the truck in good condition?
Fairly good condition. It doesn't look like it's brand new, but it's been washed, obviously, and you can find places where there's little nicks in the paint and so forth, but it has, like I say, it's not brand new.
so by what mechanism are these doors locked? Are they like?
Well, they've got these kind of doors, but they've got keys
Okay.
in the center.
Well, I don't possess a skill set that would really help us get into the truck. What about you, Ignacio?
Depends on the skills. Locksmith, probably.
Yeah.
I could try.
Yeah, go ahead and give it a try, and hey, maybe we'll get lucky.
Okay. You stand watch.
We'll do.
22. That is not a hard success, but a success.
Okay, cool. And which door are you trying to open?
The one to the vending.
So the
sales
passenger
area.
side door? Okay.
Mhm.
So without much difficulty, you pop the lock, you hear it click, and you turn the handle and you can open the door.
Oh, hot dog, you did it.
Well, I learned to drive very early.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, where'd you learn that?
Eh, better not to know.
I won't ask.
All right. So there's like two little steps up into the truck. Are you going inside?
Yeah, I'll flash the light so that he can go in first.
Okay. So regular driving panel, driver's seat, passenger seat. You step up inside, and so it becomes a rather narrow little corridor with the ice cream chests on your right hand side. You step inside. The truck sort of gives a little as you're moving in it. What do you want to do?
Is there a way to get into the rear compartment from the
Yeah,
front?
I mean, it's just one big compartment.
Okay.
So I'll just describe it to you as you go along. So there's a large chest. There are some stickers on the top of the chest that tell what kind of ice cream they have put in there. If you open the chest, it's completely empty. It's completely empty. Of course, they don't keep the ice cream in here. They store it inside the freezers.
Is there a glove? Oh,
Yeah, up in the front, there's a glove box.
okay. I'm going to see if there's a registration in there.
Okay. Yeah, there's probably a registration in there. The registration still is showing Hugh Jones.
Same address?
Yes, but the address is in Los Angeles, and there's a different phone number.
I see what he did. With the same names in here. Well,
as you continue, looking around, so you get to the second big freezer, and you open that up, and it's also empty, but it's a little different. It seems to be lined with like a thin padding, maybe as a shock absorber. If you put certain kinds of ice cream in here that might get jostled around. It's like cushions all the way around.
I'll try to pry it apart a little.
You pull it away from the side. It's part of the interior paneling, but I mean, you could rip it away. It would be fairly thin, foam rubber.
Is there? So it's probably glued to the
It's probably
sides?
glued all the way around.
Okay, so there's no way of lifting it or dislodging it.
Right.
this could be part of the modifications he was talking about. I mean, it's a little odd, but I wouldn't say, given what we know, it's suspicious.
Well,
I mean, if you want to store someone,
Well, sure, but also something that, again, you're driving a lot, and some of those ice creams with the cones and nuts and things like that, and you don't want them to get that shell of chocolate to be crushed. Or
how are the suspenders in the car? Jump a little bit.
I mean, it moves a little bit,
Yeah.
Not particularly hard, so it's doing what its job is. The truck was longer though than the usual, because most of these trucks probably have two freezers in them side by side like that. This one is a little different towards the back. As you get to the back, there is a small sink for washing your hands, for cleaning up. And the oddest thing is there is a large industrial ice cream maker, like the kind you would see in actually a factory. Looks like it's maybe 3 feet wide. Looks like a big mixer.
are there any odors?
Other than ice cream, well, there's not really even that smell. There's disinfectant that you can smell. They've probably cleaned the thing pretty well. Most of the interior is stainless steel.
So, Ignacio, can you think of a reason? Why would you go through the effort of manufacturing the product in the truck here? I mean, this is probably an expensive modification machine. I mean, maybe the guy before didn't have a headquarters.
Might be why the car sells so well. because it had expensive modifications made.
Yeah, well, he was from LA, this guy, so he can't obviously run back to Los Angeles every time he wants to re-up on ice cream.
Mm-mm.
I don't remember anything like this from when I was a kid.
Yeah, you don't recall ever seeing anything like this in some point.
This guy was serious.
It's odd.
Um,
I'll have a look at the machine. What kind of stuff does it take?
Well, the only way I could describe it is, just kind of imagine a big KitchenAid mixer, but made to make, ice cream. It's got a paddle inside of it, and it has a way of cooling the outside. Of course, nothing in particular is cool right now. The truck has to be operated.
I'm gonna try to have a really closer inspection of both the machine and the padded freezer. I'd take some time and really look through. I mean, I know they disinfected and cleaned it, but they can't get every single nook and cranny.
Okay.
So I'll take some time doing that while Ignacio maybe checks out a couple other things.
Do a spot hidden for me.
Yeah.
Got a 6. So that would be a crit, like an extreme success.
Okay. You don't find anything in the freezer, but you do on the mixer. Of course, mixers are complicated. They've got a lot of parts. You do find some residue. It's kind of a sticky, dark, could be chocolate ice cream, but it's been there a while. It's something that would have been fairly easy to miss while cleaning.
Can I scrape a little bit of it off with a pocket knife?
Sure.
Could just be ice cream, but I kind of want to.
It doesn't smell like anything really.
Well, yeah, I can't really make anything out of that. It's got an ice cream maker here, padded freezer.
There's also probably some bits and pieces of equipment, for whatever reason, just what you would expect in an ice cream place.
Now, if our hunch is that this truck was being used to, say, abduct kids, I was going to say, any evidence of little broken things or a struggle or something like that. But I remember Jeff saying that his son, David, was
He willingly came with him. So maybe he put drugs. Drugs into the ice cream.
So if that's a potential theory, where would you keep a substance like that?
Maybe we should check floorboards and behind cupboards and stuff.
Yeah, maybe there's a compartment because
There are no floorboards. The floor is stainless steel.
Okay.
Maybe the wheel wells behind the tire. What? But if you're going to sell it, you probably would have cleaned it. You knew where all that stuff was. You probably. I'm still going to check the wheel wells and underneath fenders and fairings and things like that.
Okay. Johnny go ahead.
Sorry. While Joseph is outside, I'll try to check if the mixer is potentially operational with mechanical repair. And if not, if I could give it maybe a malfunction.
It won't function as long as the car is off. It's run by the power.
Could I maybe, if there's some metal tools, smaller ones, I just grab one of them and place them inside so it will block the machine once it starts.
Okay.
So something that could have happened accidentally.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
And
So Johnny and Todd, you guys are out there, whispering to each other and keeping an eye out. I'd like you both to do spot hiddens.
75.
What'd you do, Todd?
25. That's a regular pass.
Okay. Todd, you guys are standing in the shadows. You may not have worn the black turtlenecks, but you did wear dark clothes so that you wouldn't stand out. You notice a cop car, patrol car, go by the buildings. You can see down the alley towards the street. You see him going by, probably patrolling the neighborhood.
So, Johnny, when he goes by, you want to do the flashlight? Let him know.
Yeah, I can give him the signal.
Okay.
Do you think that cop's suspicious, or is he just doing a pass through? He's done for the night.
Probably just doing his pass through.
I mean, if he comes around again, I'll give the signal.
Maybe let's see if we see him again.
Okay.
Comes around again, he might ask us what we're doing, but
I'm feeling lucky.
I'm feeling. I mean,
Okay.
I got money. I can be anywhere I want to be.
Okay, so Joseph and Ignacio, what are you guys finishing up with or doing?
So did my search of the undercarriage and the wheel wells and stuff yield anything?
Nothing.
yeah, then I'll get out of the car as well.
Well, we could look in the warehouse, but I feel like a lot of the illicit activity was tied to this specific truck. I don't know if it's linked to the guy.
I wouldn't think so. It doesn't fit to the list of the missing kids in the cities if it was a company here. I'll make it look like the door was, they forgot to unlock it or something like that. So that our entry is not necessarily noticed.
What state's license plates are on this vehicle right now?
Currently, California.
Okay.
You have the address of the other fake address potentially?
Yeah, we do have, we have the address, we have the one from LA, so that's the actual Hugh Jones, I guess.
And you have a phone number.
Yeah, and his phone number. So we did get that out of this.
If he lied once, he will lie again.
Could be. Though there may be a little bit more careful vetting of, the information that's actually on the registration of your vehicle.
Fair.
Okay. So you guys gonna wrap it up, go back over the fence?
Yeah, was there anything that you feel like we might have missed, Ignacio?
No, I don't know. It was cleaned pretty well.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth searching the warehouse. I don't think they're doing anything in there.
Also, I really don't want to risk it. I mean, moving around on a parking lot is one thing.
We can go back
Breaking
to
and
the fence.
entering of a warehouse.
What we can do is we can go back to the fence, talk to Johnny and Todd through there, and if they thought of something that we didn't, we were still in here, we could go back.
Okay, so you go back out and you go over towards the fence.
Yeah.
Johnny and Todd, you see them, so you come over to see what they want to say.
What's up?
Well, the search didn't turn out too much. There is a couple of odd things. Again, I'm no ice cream truck expert, but one of the freezers in the truck is padded. It's almost like cushions on the inside. And there is what looks to be like an ice cream machine that you'd see in like a factory, not something that you found in a truck.
Maybe they're turning kids into ice cream.
Yeah, they cleaned it pretty well. I found a little bit of residue, but I think it was just old ice cream.
You think we're actually onto something, or have we just
I
wasted
think
our
there's
time?
something going on, whether it's, I mean, I'm not convinced it's something like supernatural, but I definitely think there's something going on with the list that Jeffrey made and the missing kids. I think that he's on to something, I think, but I don't know what exactly is happening here yet.
All right. Well, I saw a cop car pass by earlier. I think you should just get out.
Okay. I also got a registration on the vehicle, and I took notes on it was a Craig Jones, a Hugh Jones.
Oh, we should check that out. I mean,
Got an address and a phone number.
are we gonna just spy on him, or
Well, it's an LA address.
it's a couple hours away,
Hmm.
all the way across that desert?
Yeah. Well, we can regroup and talk about this a little bit. Also, there's, we could just follow the truck around and see if that turns anything up.
Yeah, I think we should stick with the plan and follow the truck and then the kid, because I was thinking if what David's father said was that the kid, they like leave the house on their own volition under the influence of like some mind control or something, and then the ice cream truck's just waiting there for them. So that ice cream truck's gonna have to leave that lot at night.
Well, it's not just the ice cream truck. I think it was that he said that it was like a blonde guy.
Well, the ice cream man, the person who probably served the kid
Yeah. So
and then served the kid.
somebody is going to come back this evening if that's their MO.
Well, no, I don't think they're going to come back this evening or even tomorrow evening, because he was supervised by some manager today. And he's going to be supervised tomorrow. So I say we can definitely stop child abduction. That's pretty heroic.
I'd say. So you
And
don't
it'll
want
make a great movie.
Yes, it would. You don't want to. So you don't want to keep eyes on the truck for the rest of the evening.
I don't think anyone's coming back here.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever he would do, he would need to bring to the truck. Right. So
Yeah, we better get a making of documentary as well.
So I assume that up and over the fence, you've managed that without any difficulty this time. You get in your car where you're going home.
Yeah.
All right. Look for irrespective homes. Like you all do willpower.
no, fail.
That is a hard this time.
Okay.
That is a 99. That's a fail.
And, which skill is this that we're doing?
Pow.
Willpower.
Will.
Yeah, it's a characteristic.
That's a pass.
Okay. So tonight, Ignacio and Todd, you have nightmares. Ignacio, you keep thinking about sneaking around in the dark, something that you've done before, something that you're used to, but something about this whole thing seems really unnerving. And Todd, you standing there with Johnny in the dark with the flashlights and worried about the cops, and it's not really what you're used to. So you had, police chases and running from the cops and getting thrown into prison and stuff, all through your dreams. But oddly enough, Johnny and Joseph, you sleep pretty well. So next morning comes. Were you guys planning on getting together again? Did you guys want to get together earlier? Or you think you saw when you were at the shop that the ice cream trucks probably go out around 9 a.m.
Okay.
I want to, from a distance, watch that truck today with the kid on it.
So should we?
Yeah, we should follow him around, see if he's actually being supervised or if he convinced his supervisor saying, "Oh, I got it now." Because if he is alone, he might be able to do nefarious shit.
So what are we thinking? 0800 or?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys
It's not like
get
I'm
together,
sleeping
you
in
have a little
anyway.
breakfast, a little coffee, and then I assume then you're driving over to Pete Ramsey's Incorporated. You park inconspicuously. You know where all of the trucks come out,
Mm.
and right about 9:10 a.m. the trucks start coming out one by one. And the fourth truck that comes out is your pink and white, the ice cream truck.
Do we see
Yep.
two people? Do we notice two people in it? Can we see? Or is it just
Yeah,
one?
you think there's two people in it.
So Martin and Mr. Lackey. So guys, I'm thinking that if Mr. Lackey's there, that this guy, if this were happening the way that our friend was saying or believed it happened, if Mr. Lackey's with him, then I don't think Martin's would have been possessed yet. I think he's got to wait till Lackey's out of there. So I think we could catch before Martin is lost. I'm like, that's my theory.
So we don't reckon that the trainer has anything to do with any of this, do we?
I don't think he does. I don't think I think Mr. Lackey's just kind of just from what this guy said he was when he was from his notes, it sounded like the guy's modus operandi was to take the young driver, the actual driver, and replace them, whatever that means.
Sure. So yeah,
I think we should still tail the kid, like where he goes home.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good idea.
So are you following the truck?
yeah.
I mean, we don't really have to follow him if we can just wait at the ice cream warehouse.
Yeah, whole
Because
day.
he's gonna leave. He's gonna drop the truck off there.
So we don't reckon anything's gonna
We
happen.
can even spend the entire day just having fun, because we know the ice cream trucks are going to come back at a certain time.
Do a knowledge roll.
Okay. No, I failed.
Anybody else? Knowledge roll.
That's a roll on education or
Intelligence.
Ah.
Oh, it would be.
Same.
Well, I guess it would be education.
no? I think
Either one.
I passed it.
Passed, regular pass.
Okay. It does occur to you that you could find out what his route is by following him.
That's true.
Yeah.
So how sure are you that nothing's gonna happen during the daytime, Johnny? Do you think
I
it's
mean,
too wise
I'm a
to
bit
have-
of a gambler, but if you want to play it safe, we can follow him.
or we could always put one person on him?
Yeah, we could split up. I kind of want to know his route though. I mean, because that's going to help us later for when, if we know where these things are. We were trying to find out. We didn't even know where where the murder took place the other day, and this way at least we'll know. We'll have an area that we know if we have to get there.
I trust Ignacio as the driver.
All right. So if we got at least one person tailing him, we'll learn the route, and if something bad does occur, at least we'll have a witness.
I mean, I'll go with Ignacio. I can smooth talk my way out of anything.
Sure.
But what will the rest of you do? Go
Well-
over to LA or?
If you want.
I could follow the lead on Hugh Jones. I don't know if we'll have to go all the way to LA. We could always.
LA is a 5-hour drive.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we could always do a little research, maybe call the phone number and see what we get.
Yeah, I mean, you could use all that for the movie.
Sure.
I hope the movie will not be one where people sit in offices and talk on the phone.
So
No, no.
perhaps before before you guys leave the diner, before you get in your cars and before you do all this, you said you wanted to try to call the number. It's on the registration.
Yeah.
You call the number from the diner and it rings twice, and then you get da da da. We're sorry, this number is no longer in service.
Got it. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I don't know that we would have to split up. I can't think of another.
I mean, we can just all carpool and follow this ice cream truck then.
Yeah, unless anybody thinks it's something that we could be working on, simultaneously.
The more, the merrier. And then, like, let's say we do catch this guy in the act of abducting children. How are we just gonna pile on him and beat him up?
I'm happy for that. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So the pink and white comes out, and you guys are discreetly down the street. You see it coming out and turning, so you turn on your engine and you start to follow. And for a moment, it's a little awkward because there's other ice cream trucks around, but they soon start going in different directions. And Martin's route seems to be, he's heading towards a rather affluent area, and he's taking his time. And right about 10 o'clock, when he's in that neighborhood, and he's always taking the main roads into the neighborhood, but you're into a large urban sprawl, the suburbs. There comes a point where he parks the van on the curb next to a corner. You can see the truck move around a little, like they're getting stuff prepared, and then the music turns on, the tinkly thing, and the truck moves forward and it turns down a cul-de-sac. So a long street, but it has an end, so he'll have to go down the street and come back up the same street. There's no other way out. And as he goes, it doesn't take more than a couple of seconds before little kids start, coming out of their front doors, and some of them who are playing outside come running for the ice cream man, the ice cream man. And you see the truck pull over to the side, it parks, and I don't know where exactly are you? Did you go down the cul-de-sac with him, or did you just stay at the
Halfway.
end?
Let me out here. Let me take a good look at this ice cream man. I'll get some ice cream.
Okay.
Do we trust the ice cream he's serving? Okay.
Get me a fudgicle.
All right.
Okay. So Johnny, you get out, and
I'm walking down the
you
cul-de-sac.
start walking down the street. There's maybe 7 or 8 kids that are in line. The window's open, and you can see that young guy that you saw before in his little uniform, and he's smiling, and he's taking kids' quarters and handing them popsicles and creamsicles and stuff like that. And there's occasionally a parent that's on the front, at the front door, making sure the kids, because some of these kids are little, some are like 5 years old, and the young guy's leaning out and taking care of everybody with a big smile on his face, and it looks very friendly. And you get in line, and as you get in line, he kind of glances up at you and smiles, like, wow, we don't get many adults, but he takes care of the kids. And you finally come up to the front of the line. He says, "What can I do for you, mister?"
I'm feeling nostalgic. You got some of that Italian ice?
Oh, geez. If it's not on the menu. He starts to look around on the walls.
You new?
Yeah, I'm new. I just started yesterday.
Okay, well, surely you've got like a fudge sickle or something.
Oh, of course you got fudge sickles. Yeah. And he turns around and he's opening one of the things. And he's
Do I see anything
rummaging
weird?
through it. Not really. He says, he says, Sam, do we have any Italian ice? And he says, no, we don't have. It's called gelato. We don't have anything like that. He says, I'm sorry, mister, we don't have gelato. Here's your fudgesicle.
He said that guy's name was Sam,
Yeah,
and it's that same like Lackey, Mr. Lackey.
Lackey. I can't remember what I named him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, same guy.
So he hands you your fudgesicle and tells it's 50 cents. And
Okay, I'll pay
he
up.
goes, you know what? You look really familiar though.
Yeah.
Are you on TV?
Yes, I am. I'm in a couple commercials.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You
Well,
know the
what's
McDonald's commercial with the burgers raining down? I'm in that one.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're like a big movie star then.
You need an autograph?
Commercial star.
You want an autograph?
Sure. Here, and he takes his hat. And he's like, you could autograph the inside of my hat.
Excellent. Big letters. Johnny Chu. I'm just using my real name.
Cool. Wow, mister. That's cool. So maybe I'll see you again.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever need some hemorrhoid cream, I've got to deal with that.
And you hear Lackey saying, all right, kid, that's enough. We gotta keep going. He's like, I gotta go, mister. I'll see you
Yeah,
around.
well, sorry, what was your name?
Martin.
Martin. You got to find some place to send that hemorrhoid cream.
Martin Ray. Sorry.
Martin Ray, you live around here?
Not really around here.
Oh,
I'm sorry, mister. I gotta go.
All right.
But see you around. And he closes the window and they go to the end of the cul-de-sac and make a U-turn and come back to the
All
other.
right. I will take the fudgesicle dripping on my hand and walk towards Todd.
Okay.
So, the kid, when you interacted with him, how do you seem?
He seemed pretty normal. He actually really nice. He got my autograph. No one does that. But his name is Martin Ray.
Ah, good. And that's but he seemed
Oh yeah, completely normal.
his
Nice.
eyes, nothing weird in his eyes or
No.
anything like that guy was telling us. Okay, that's good. And it's not good for our story, but it's probably good.
I mean, we could spin it to be good for the story. Maybe he's like a devil in disguise.
Since you were probably looking, he probably has greenish brown eyes. That sort of.
Well, I got a couple reasons to believe that if anything's going to happen, it's going to take a little while. So if you remember what Jeff was saying when he went out and committed murder, really, he was saying something was too soon. He did it too soon. So this leads me to believe that there's a process that he believes that there's a process that takes place.
Well, the money didn't go through. That's what happened, right? The money for the transaction of the ice cream truck, it didn't go through yet. So technically, he wasn't the owner.
Well, no, what I mean is he was saying that when he murdered the ice cream truck driver, it was too soon. He acted too fast.
Yeah, because the money didn't go through for the transaction. So he technically was not the owner of the kid he shot. Wasn't the owner.
Is that what we're thinking it is? I thought it was just something.
I mean, Ignacio, Todd.
I'm not sure. If that would be the case, then we're following the wrong guy. We need to go and check.
Oh, we're following the right guy.
On the big wig in the office.
Well, no,
That's why I want to keep an eye on this kid, because I don't think if there is something happening like that, I don't think it's happened yet. And
I mean, Ramsey's not selling ice cream. It's this kid, Martin Ray.
Yeah.
I don't think it's something to do with the transaction money-wise. I think what he was implying was that whoever's operating the ice cream truck, after a time, they become influenced by something. And that thing hasn't happened yet. I'm not sure.
That I can buy, Broseph.
Yeah, because the transaction already would have happened with Mr. Ramsey over there. But because Martin's not going to buy the truck, I think it's something that I think my angle is if what this Jeffrey said was true, Martin's the one who's at risk of changing into something, a monster, as Jeffrey says, but it just hasn't happened yet. So
Do you
Jeffrey's
think we
goal
can
is to
save Martin from being possessed by this ice cream truck?
Well, I don't know. That's a pretty heavy question. A lot to unpack there. But I think it's something that if Jeffrey is correct, something is going to take control of Martin.
I mean, we either save him or we just wait outside his house and watch until he goes out one night and abducts a kid.
Yeah, I mean, could do that. Or everything seems centered around this truck, though. So I don't know if
we
we
could just blow up the truck.
Yeah, we could torch it.
Well, no, as Jeffrey said, it'd be too soon. We gotta wait.
Doesn't matter if the car is dead. Who cares?
So if there is something possessing, the only way to kill it would be he'd have to have already possessed this Martin kid.
Here's the thing. If we see Martin go all voodoo and start stealing kids and we stop him, then we're the good guys and we stop the crime.
Yeah.
If we blow up the truck right now, we're just criminals.
Yeah.
It'll be fun though.
Well, in the movie, we can write that.
Yeah, in the movie, we'll write that.
Sure.
You gotta have a scene where I'm walking away, explosions in the background. I'm not looking.
Yeah, I'll make sure our special effects budget is top notch.
Damn straight.
So you surmise now, since you're now watching from a distance, that he goes up and down every one of these little cul-de-sacs. He's obviously down there for a while because all the kids come out. He serves some ice cream and he goes up and down this way, and then he comes across and goes up and down that way. And that process takes him a number of hours. And then you see him move to another neighborhood right next door, nearby, and then just do the same thing again. It probably goes until 1 o'clock, and then you'll notice the truck will drive to like a nearby fast food place where he and Lackey will pick up something for lunch, and then he goes right back into it all afternoon. Then right about 5 o'clock, they leave the neighborhood and they start heading back
to the factory.
Back to the factory.
All right, so we got something out of this. We at least got his beat. So.
And we got his name. And if we follow him home, we got his address.
Yeah.
I'd rather follow him home just in case
Yeah,
he goes out at night and kidnaps a kid.
Yeah.
This is for the kids' sake.
Yeah, it
Forget the movie.
doesn't hurt to have, any more information.
Okay.
I mean, how much time do we, just in case this guy was just a nut job, how much time do we want to spend on this?
3 days a week.
Week.
If this story is true, it's the story of the century.
Sure.
Even if it's not, let's make it up anyway. I'm seeing it now. The script will be. We'll just call it. I want you to kill the ice cream man, just like he said to us. That's just creepy. I think we could really do something with this.
Oh yeah.
Either way.
Hmm. Well, let's get the kid's address just in case he goes missing or something like that. We'll get that piece of information, and then maybe we go and maybe since he won't be supervised anymore, maybe that's when the next move will be made.
So you guys are going to follow him back to Ramsey's, and then when he leaves there in his little car, you're going to follow him home. Okay.
Sure.
I would like you to do a collective stealth roll.
I have an 07. That is an extreme.
That's pretty good.
87 out of 20.
It makes actually complete sense that it's Ignacio. So he knows how to be tricky and not be seen while he's following.
I'm turning on the radio
In a
to blast
car.
some music. He just turns it down.
I got a 63 out of 20. So
Okay.
no.
I think I like the Ignacio. You've managed to. Nobody has noticed you following him. So he drives across town. It's
Use your
not.
Walkman, Chew. Use your Walkman.
Yeah, it's not an upper class area. It's it's a place where there's a lot of apartment buildings, and there are a couple of those sort of freestanding little apartments where there's maybe 4 apartments that are in a block, and then maybe there's 4 over there and 4 over there. It's not a complex. They're all individual. But you see him park his car in a little carport, and he gets out. Looks like he's, in a cheery mood. And he goes up the steps, and you see him unlock his door, and he goes inside. The lights turn on. You see the curtains, the lights turn on. He goes inside and closes the door, and everything's quiet. You can see there's other people. The lights are on in other apartments around.
Well, maybe we
Okay.
talk for a little bit and then call it a night.
Okay. How long are you going to hang out?
What time of night is it?
Actually, you got there kind of early, so
Yeah.
it's probably about 6. The sun is still up mostly. It's
Was
Say
lower on
until
the
midnight.
horizon.
Wasn't David kidnapped sometime in the middle of the night?
True.
So, like, if we see him leave his apartment to go to get his ice cream van, then we know something's up.
Hmm.
Because who does that at the middle of the night?
So it's going to be an all-nighter.
Yeah, let's make a night out of it.
Get some coffee,
Yeah, you folks take care of it.
rinse and repeat.
Okay.
Some beer for later.
Sleep
So you
in.
find a vantage point where you can see the apartment and everything. And there is a porch light, on, so that if he came out the door, you'd see him very clearly. Right about 10 o'clock at night, the light in his apartment goes off. But nothing happens.
All right.
Not bad.
I say we stay till 1, just shoot the shit, drink beer.
Yeah, hey, you want a Pacifico?
Oh, hell yeah. Cheers to the ice cream man.
Cheers.
Yeah, I just
Well-
drink water.
Now, in that amount of time, and that's a large amount of time, you do occasionally see other people, walk by the building. You see maybe some lady come home, and she goes upstairs and goes into her apartment. But you don't ever see Martin come out of his apartment.
Okay. Well, and this is we spend most of the night there.
Well, you said until like 1 o'clock.
Yeah, 1.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, it's nothing. You guys are all trying to stay awake.
Mhm.
Before we go to bed, let's go swing by the truck lot again, just to make sure the truck's still there.
Okay, yeah.
You swing by the truck lot. You have a semi-close encounter with a patrol car. But you manage to swing by the lot and, sort of look inside. The truck is still there. You're afraid now because this is an area where that nobody should be in at night. So your car kind of looked a little suspicious, you think. That cop car is probably coming back around eventually. So
Okay.
Yeah, let's just repeat this for 1 or 2 more days and just write this story, get over it.
all right. So you come home, you go to sleep, you have vaguely disturbing dreams about what you might find. next morning, what are your plans for this day?
Do we want to change up anything we did today, or
I think we just check if he's with that supervisor just to see if something's changed. And if he isn't, then we should rest up because then we should stay on watch tonight.
Sure.
And maybe even start our watch at the factory, the warehouse, because he might take the ice cream truck out there instead of coming back for it.
All right.
I mean, that's my idea.
Are you
I have no better idea.
are you going to follow him around today? Okay. So at the usual time, same time as the day before, you notice the trucks going out. You notice his truck come out, and you do manage to catch a glimpse that he is now alone in the truck and driving it. You going to follow him around today? Like before?
Can you drop me off at the same street I got ice cream at next time?
Sure.
I can just benefit of a doubt, talk to him again under the guise of a regular.
Okay. All right. So once again, same routine, followed, almost to the letter. Goes down the same street. Johnny, you get out. Once again, there's quite a few kids. You see him handing out ice cream. You get in line.
Did he do anything different this time now that he's alone?
Well, do a spot hidden.
I'm going to spend 2 luck to make that a hard.
Okay. So something you notice, just because maybe it's the psychology of all of the stuff that you've been thinking about in your head, whether you're fooling yourself, you're coming up with bizarre, crazy ideas, but his smile seems a little more predatory than it was before. And the thing that stands out even more so is he looks up a couple of times and sees you in line, but nothing really changes about his expression. There's no familiarity.
So he doesn't remember me at all.
To his expression. And then you go through the line and you get up towards the front. What can I get you?
Hey, do you remember me at all?
Oh, have we met?
Yeah, take off your hat. And I'm going to show him the autograph.
And he pulls off his hat and he looks inside. The autograph's there. And he's like, Mr. Chu, of course.
Can I make a psychology roll?
Sure. What are you trying to find out?
Well, if he's lying and just reading that name,
I think it's
obvious.
Kind of obvious. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So something's up.
He's like, are you one of my regular customers?
And I'll take my regular.
Would you remind me of what that is? I sell a lot of ice cream.
Okay. I'll take a fudge sickle.
Okay.
And an Italian ice.
Okay. He gets the fudge sickle. He says, I don't think we have anything like Italian ice, just what's on the board.
Okay, I'll take the fudge sickle.
Right. So he hands you the fudge sickle and tells you how much it costs and takes the money from you.
Yeah.
And
I'll hang around the neighborhood.
There's a little bit of a wrinkle in his forehead, like he suspects that he might be under scrutiny, or I don't know, he's trying to pretend like he knows you, but it's
so he
quite
knows he fucked up.
obviously,
basically.
It's quite obviously that this guy doesn't know who you are.
Everyone should know me. I'm on the
Anyways.
commercials.
Thanks, mister. Have a nice day.
Oh, you too.
closes the window.
I'll hang around and not get into the car.
Okay.
I'm not eating the fudgesicle.
So he goes to the end, turns around, goes back the other direction. And
When the coast is
the
clear,
other
I'll head
three,
back to the car.
you notice Johnny standing there for a few minutes with the fudgesicle, and this time he waits until the truck goes down the street to the next little cul-de-sac.
That's
And
odd.
then he starts walking back. You maybe, I don't know, Johnny, toss the fudgesicle in the trash can or something.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And as I get back into the car, yeah, something's not right. He didn't remember me at all. And who could forget a smile like this?
Well, then I could. Okay, so
Like I autographed his hat. And when I called him out on it, he didn't recognize it. Something's up.
Huh.
that
So
is a
you
little odd.
think he's been compromised? That somehow we missed
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this ice cream van has probably taken over his mind.
He's becoming a monster.
Maybe he already
Okay.
is.
So what do we do now?
I think we should rest and stay extra vigilant tonight.
Well,
Well, tonight, yeah, but what about the rest of the day?
do you think he's
Rest.
gonna turn to the lot, or do you think he's just gonna stay out?
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, if people's lives are at stake here, we should probably follow him the entire time.
Hmm.
I'd say, because if we like go do something else and wait at the lot, and then he doesn't turn up, then he can be.
Yeah. Yeah, best to make sure. I mean, it is a bit risky because he might see us. But, Ignacio, one of the best drivers I've ever known.
Well, he also wouldn't recognize our car if he didn't recognize you.
That's also true.
Mm.
But he'd recognize someone following him. And that's
Yeah,
might
and he
spook him.
knows you now, and he knows that he got caught.
Mhm.
So maybe
Do we need to,
John-
if he's dangerous, do you think we should, have weapons?
I don't know if we have weapons and we get in a police control. It doesn't.
Oh,
look
I mean,
good.
like a baseball bat, tire iron.
I got a crowbar in the trunk
Yeah,
of the
that'll work.
car if we need it, but
I know Kung Fu.
we got that too.
I should really show you more than the basic steps, but yeah.
Okay. I grew up on action movies while working at the restaurant. So,
It is 1990. There are sporting goods stores that sell baseball bats.
Mm,
Mm.
yeah, let's do that. I need a nice metal bat. Actually, wood. Yeah, let's just get
So-
baseball bats. I need a Louisville Slugger.
I'm gonna buy some ropes too.
Okay.
Get
So
a
you go
abduction
to
kit ready.
you go to a sporting goods store.
Mhm.
Pretty much get anything you want from there. Baseball bats. What? Any other things?
I'm good.
Okay.
I mean,
4
look at
baseball
that 9
bats,
iron. It looks pretty good.
Any hunting knives or anything?
Sure.
Thumbs up.
Damn, Todd.
No.
There's probably guns, but they need like a 3-day.
It's California. It's a little tougher. We're gonna need to do background checks.
We'll just tell him we're Hugh Jones.
That's
Okay.
true. You could tell it's for a movie. Yeah.
So because it goes into your inventory specifically, what each of you get. Johnny's got a baseball bat. Joseph.
Yeah, I'll get just sort of a fixed blade, like a knife that you'd bring camping or hunting, and then maybe a 30-foot length of rope.
Okay. Todd.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting I'm gonna get a hunting knife. I don't think I'm gonna buy a gun. I mean, I don't think I'm a gun guy. So
You're rich enough.
I could, if anyone wants one.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
they
buy
taught
them
me how
one.
to shoot.
It
Some
still
on
would
some
take you about
sets.
3 days for that to clear.
Yeah, so I don't think that's happening unless you
So
want
hunting
to
knife,
start. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the hunting knife.
Natio,
Nothing.
nothing. Okay.
He's got guns right here.
How much luck do you have left, Ignacio? All right.
The one that I started with. 50.
All right. So you guys are following him. Well, no, you're obviously not following him all day, although you know the neighborhood that he's in. So you could go away and come back knowing that he'd still be somewhere
Yeah.
in that neighborhood.
It's better if we don't stick around. The neighbor might get suspicious
All right.
because they might remember us from yesterday. And yeah.
So,
And I was thinking that if that patrol car sees us again and it's towards the evening and we're near the truck lot, Ignacio, you dropped your checkbook when you went to inquire about a job at the ice cream place. Sound good?
Sure. I'll try.
as an alibi. Yeah. All right. So ultimately, though, you do follow the truck back to the lot and it gets locked away. And you notice Martin comes out and gets in his car and he drives away. But you also notice that he doesn't drive in the same direction that he drove yesterday.
Yeah, let's follow him.
Okay. He drives about 4 blocks over and parks his car under a large, tree that's out in the front of some other industrial building. And he just parks it and he sits in his car. So you guys actually end up with the point where you either park your car or you drive past him and
Hey,
go
Johnny,
somewhere else.
Yeah.
you feel like doing some acting?
Yeah, he knows my face.
Well, I'm assuming you have makeup and stuff.
Do I have my makeup kit?
No.
No.
So
your makeup kit's big.
would it be out of place for a homeless person to be wandering around the street around here?
Probably not. They'd probably be picked up by the cops the second they were spotted.
Okay, because I was gonna say we could make you up to look like a homeless person. Cover up your face, and you could sort of stumble by the car, try to get a look at what he's doing in there.
I'd say we drive past them and then park 100 meters in front of him while they discuss their plan.
I mean, if he parked 4 blocks away from the ice cream van, we can just park near the ice cream van and keep that in sight instead of a guy.
Yeah.
If he's going to go abducting kids or changing his MO,
He needs a special ice cream van.
Well,
Right.
we don't know exactly the details of what. We're in unknown territory right now because we know that the ice cream truck is involved with all this, but we don't know anything else other than that. He could go to a place. Well,
no, the kid David, he was walking to an ice cream truck in the middle of the night. That same ice cream truck.
I just don't want to let him out of my sight right now.
Okay, fine by
I
me.
have the same feeling.
What if one or two of us snuck back in to the lot a hidden truck before he gets it. He's got to go get the truck. I mean, I'd be willing to, if I can get over that damn wall, I'd be willing to hide in that in the truck somewhere.
You want to hide in the truck?
You might be putting yourself in danger.
I got hunting knife.
Yeah.
It's not really any place to hide in the truck.
Yeah, you
Not
can
in
hide
the-
in the freezer, but
That's what I was.
I feel like that's a
thinking.
one-way trip to becoming ice cream.
I know, right? Hmm.
He's going to be awfully surprised when he goes to stuff a kid in there and he finds you.
Hmm.
I need you to sign this contract right now.
I'll just stay with Ignacio. It's fine by me.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it. We're going to keep an eye on this kid because if he goes back to the truck, no harm, no foul. But if he goes somewhere else, we figure it out. So
Yeah.
And we'll all be together so we don't get split up.
If he
'Cause
goes
we
to
only have
grab
the
his
one
truck
car.
at night, I'm worried about what might happen.
Well, we'll be there to stop him. You got the hunting knife. I got the Louisville Slugger. Ignacio, he's got his guns.
All right. So we're gonna split up the couple of us over by where the truck's at, and maybe some couple of us stay here for the what he's doing in the park or in the parking.
I was just saying we all stay in the car.
yeah, we could all stick around here because we.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
just
I mean-
easier that way, and we're
Yeah.
not splitting up because we don't have two cars.
That's yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you can sort of kind of see a little into the car from where you guys are, and you don't see any movement at all.
And the car's off.
The car's off.
He must be melting.
Well,
Summer heat, no AC, just sitting there.
he was in the shade of a tree, but it's also late evening, so by now most of the shadows have covered all the buildings around you, cast shadows. But you don't see him really moving around at all.
He's a freak.
Hmm.
He sits there until probably around 9 p.m. And then you see his car start up, and he makes a U-turn, an immediate U-turn, and starts heading back towards towards Ramses.
Okay.
So what are you going to
What
do?
it was that he
That-
did.
I think he's up to no good for sure.
Yeah, this is go time now, I think, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, let's tail him. Well, we'll
Yep.
we'll meet him back at the. Where we're gonna. All right, as we're on the way, where we're gonna park there.
I'm sure there'll be a place. There's a wall.
Yeah, I
You wanna
kind of
park in
want to
the
just.
street. You want to park behind the buildings.
I say we don't like get out of the car. We just wait for him to exit the gate with his ice cream truck, and then we just start tailing.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go once again back behind the buildings. You're behind an adjacent building, but you have a clear view of the lot. Martin pulls into the driveway. He goes along the alley towards the back of the building, and he parks his car next to the fence where the lot is. And you see him get out. He still has on the uniform. He never had time to change it or go anywhere to change it. I'd like you to all do spot hiddens.
08.
I failed 52 out of 30.
That is exactly an extreme success.
Did a regular pass.
Okay.
52, that's a fail.
Okay. So Ignacio and Joseph are in the front seats, and they're watching very intensely. You guys are kind of watching over their shoulders. Ignacio sees very clearly, sees Martin get out of his car. Martin goes over to the gate, and there is a a chain with a big padlock on it like that. He goes over to that and grabs the chain and snaps it like it was nothing. And pulls the chain out and drops it and pushes the gate open and heads in for the truck. You guys can do sanity rolls. If you guys tell the others, they can do sanity.
Yeah,
rolls.
definitely. Yeah. He just snapped the chain in half.
Ignacio, I think he's a little tougher than you are.
Yeah. Shit. That guy must
I
be on
failed.
steroids.
Okay. If you passed, take one sanity point of damage. If you failed, do a 1d4. Because this just got scarier.
Mm-hmm.
I lost 4.
Ouch.
You think you can just hit him with your car?
You are once again thinking about your
Guys.
body, yourself, your health.
God
No,
damn it! I have a big career
No one
ahead of
can
me.
do that, guys. No normal person can do that. I'm starting to think that everything that crazy person we met the other night told us is absolutely true. I think we got to kill the ice cream man.
You see him fire up the truck.
I think
He
so too.
starts to pull it out.
We
So here's the thing.
definitely
I don't want to die, man. I'm gonna be famous.
I'm definitely a little more
can
bought
stay in the car.
here, but if we go after this kid now, we are the bad guys.
Mm.
If we get to the point where the circumstances are clear that he was intending to do harm to some other person, and then we go after him, then we just happen to be in the right place at the right time and stopped a horrible crime.
Oh yeah, we can get our alibis together. We're all coming home from a bar. We're
He
drinking all day.
starts to drive it down the alley.
I follow him.
Okay, you start up. You turn your lights on.
I have to, yeah.
You don't have to. You can drive a
I
car
wouldn't.
without the lights on. I mean, just to get
This
out
area is
alive.
pretty dead, right? At the moment.
Pretty dead, right?
Okay, so I'll wait unless as soon as I see other cars coming from another direction, then I turn the lights on.
You could also follow him like a street down if we know the area. Like if he makes a turn, you could make the turn before the one he did and parallel him and wait at that intersection and then see where he goes from there. And so you're always like one step behind him.
With a luck roll, you might be able to get to the neighborhood before he does, because he is in a big truck. And you guys are in a fast car.
So do we want,
Group luck roll or
so we want to assume that he's going to be going to where his route is.
That's what I say, yeah.
Okay.
So, well, I'll have Ignacio do the luck roll
Yeah. Okay.
because he's driving.
44. That is success.
Okay. All right. So you guys sort of head him off by just maybe 3 minutes. But you know the route, you know where he comes into the neighborhood and where he goes along. You park your car, you turn out the lights and you're watching. And sure enough, it's now about 10 o'clock. He drives into the neighborhood quietly and without his little tinkly bells going, of course. You see him go down. He skips the first cul-de-sac, and then he goes to the second cul-de-sac down the way, and you see him slowly turn onto the street and start moving down the street. Guys, where do you guys want to go to?
We want to stop at the end of the cul-de-sac.
Okay. So you see him drive down there, and it's fairly, long cul-de-sac. There's maybe 7 or 8 houses on each side of the street. And there's the end, but there's no way for him to go. He parks his van somewhere down at the end of the street, and nothing happens for a few seconds. And then you think that you see a light down at the end of the cul-de-sac. There's an open door to one of the houses. And everybody do a spot hidden because you're looking at quite a bit of a distance down there.
Pass.
Pass.
I got an 08. I can spend 2 to make it an extreme.
Oh, eight's good enough.
Okay.
You think you
Okay.
see a little kid
I pointed out.
coming down their front, walkway.
How is he
heading
doing
towards
that?
the ice cream.
Wait, no. I want to get out of the car and I want to run. I want to intercept.
Okay.
This is the kid. I want to run up there.
All right.
All right.
So
So
also get out of the car.
I'm gonna
Todd jumps out of his car. He goes running rather impetuously in that direction. Todd,
I
you
get in
have,
the driver's seat.
you have your knife.
I do. Oh, I
Okay.
do.
All right.
We should bring the car up.
Okay, so you guys are sort of moving. Well, Ignacio said he got out too.
Oh,
Did
okay.
you-
Yeah, I get in the driver's seat.
Okay, so the two of you are still in the car. Ignacio is out. Todd is way ahead though.
I try to stay a little bit more in the
Farther
shadows.
Okay.
Yeah, and move towards the truck.
So Todd, as you are running up, just as you're running up, you see Martin in his little uniform, and the little girl is standing in front of him, and he's got that weird smile on his face, and he's opening the door of the passenger side and starting to usher her in just as you come running up.
I want to grab the girl and just
Okay.
pick her
Well,
up and keep
he's
running.
kind of between
like-
you and the girl, but
Okay.
the second you come running up, he wheels around and he sees you. And the grin on his face doesn't seem to change, but he suddenly grabs your shirt and he pulls you up close to him. And when he does that, you do definitely smell something that smells like raw meat. And you're startled. You probably have your knife in hand, but you suddenly look at his face and his eyes are solid black. And all of a sudden, you don't know what happens. You black out. Ignacio, you see Todd fall to the ground as Martin closes the door, goes around, gets in, and
Yeah, I'll hurry towards
starts to
the.
drive.
I'll hurry towards the car if I can. I mean, I was moving.
The car's kind of pulling in behind you, but the truck suddenly starts up, and it's not fucking around. It turns around rather quickly, and it starts going down the street.
Okay, so this
and you
went
see
much
Todd-
faster than I
Todd
anticipated.
lying on the ground, just
I go grab Todd, get to the car.
okay. You are an athlete, so you kind of pick Todd up. Todd is completely limp.
Maybe we should let Ignacio drive. I think he's the best one.
You sure about that? I've got training.
All right.
You can act like you can drive, yeah.
I'm gonna rev the engine and go after him after everyone's in.
All right, so Ignacio puts Todd in the back seat and sits down next to him. And
I have to go. He has a kid.
Johnny and Joseph, you start. You get the car. I mean, the car's going. So
Yeah.
You guys are behind him, but he's gotten a little bit of a lead on you. About 20 seconds lead. So he's already down at the end of the block, turning right
Mhm.
and heading away. Todd is completely limp and oblivious, and it takes maybe 5 minutes for Todd to start, fluttering his eyelids
Yeah.
and coming to. And for Todd, the last thing you remember is this when you were staking out by the back of the building, and you remember seeing the guy. They said that he broke the lock, but you don't remember really anything right after that. You don't remember how you got into this neighborhood or how you were here. But you guys are all rushing after this guy.
Yeah.
So he
I've
makes
lost like a day. Is that you're saying I've lost a day of time from when?
no, you lost just maybe a couple of hours.
couple hours. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they can kind of remind you what happened to you, and it kind of doesn't make sense, but it starts to after a while. You know that something happened to you. So you guys are starting to chase this guy, and he's being a little bit reckless. But it's late, so there's not many, San Damiel's not really a loud town. So
I'm going to start wailing on the horn to get attention.
Okay. So you start honking your horn, which seems to prompt him to speed up a little bit. He heads straight for the highway, and he ends up getting on the southbound, which goes back through San Damiel and heads towards the southern Palisades. And now once he's on the freeway, he's probably doing about 70. So you're keeping up with him, but you're still quite a ways back. You're not right on top of him, but he's going. So you follow him for a while, and he heads up the Palisades out of San Damiel and starts heading into the desert highway that connects to Los Angeles. What you guys want to do?
I mean, we can't really call anyone unless we stop and get to a telephone. And
No, he has a kid. We have to follow him.
yeah.
Guys, I think the same thing that our friend that started us all on this crazy ass journey was telling us. I think that's exactly what just happened to me. I think it's all true. I really think it's all true.
I think you're right.
Well,
Yeah.
this little girl's life is in danger, so we gotta go.
You got to keep going.
So
Speed on.
you see eventually, way up ahead of you, you see he gets onto an exit of the freeway. You are now literally out in the middle of nowhere, out in the middle of the desert. He gets off the freeway and he makes a left-hand turn, and he's heading deeper into the interior. So he's not heading towards the coast. He's heading into the desert. And you guys can sort of keep track of him as you guys are getting off the same exit. You can see he's on that road going out there, but it takes you still a couple of minutes to come around and catch up to him. Now, this part of the desert, there's nothing out there. There's maybe an occasional home, maybe an occasional abandoned home, maybe it's a trailer here and there. But for the most part, it's pitch black once you're out on this little road out into the desert. You think you catch glimpses of lights far ahead, but it goes for maybe half an hour or so, and there don't seem to be. He might have parked or hidden somewhere, or
High beams are going on.
okay.
So
Do a spot hidden for me.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's 17, which is a hard.
Okay. The desert slopes, there's distant hills. This very flat. Do you think that off in the distance there might be some sort of structure that's out there in the desert? Do you want to? The roads are dirt at this point, and you can see that there are fresh tire tracks. You can see them clearly in the road. But you also surmise that if you use your high beams now, he'll see you coming.
I mean, he already knows he's being chased.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he may think that he's lost you.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? Element of surprise. I'll turn off the lights.
That seems to be the only structure that's
Okay.
out here.
He's
And
got to be there.
It's dim. You can still sort of see it by, the bit of moonlight that's out.
Todd, you okay back there?
Yeah,
You want to pop that motherfucker's tires?
Yeah, I want to.
For Todd, it seems a little like you're in a nightmarish dream.
This is so unreal. I think we got to take him out.
We gotta save this girl.
Yeah.
I don't know about taking him out.
Let's get the girl. Get the girl.
So you wander around a bit. You think you might be a little lost. You try to look for side roads. Finally, you sort of see one where the ruts are turning. You think it's going towards that structure. And you can see just vaguely up in the distance, there is an old, looks like a dilapidated outbuilding of some sort. It's made of cement and wood, and the wood's deteriorated and the roof is collapsed and all that. But just as you're sort of coming over there, you can see on the other side of it is that ice cream truck that's parked. And there's a light on inside the ice cream truck. And you are you've got the building structure in between you and the truck. So you can pretty easily sneak up on it. from
Okay.
where you are.
Let's get up to the back of the building.
I'm going to open the glove compartment and get my hair gel spray,
Okay.
and I'm going to get my lighter.
Okay. Everybody else has their.
I have this hunting knife. I don't know where I
Yeah.
got it, but
Get the
I got
crowbar.
this. I got the crowbar. I got a bunch of those.
Nacho doesn't really have anything, no.
You can take my baseball bat. if you
He
want.
could get any kind of thing that's out of the car, like a
a tie iron. Yeah, there's big rocks.
Joseph, what do you have?
I have a knife and I have some rope.
Okay. So you guys park the car, you get out, you sneak up to the wall, and you can kind of peek around the wall. And the ice cream truck is there. The way that it's situated is the butt end of the back end of the van is sort of facing you. On the right hand side, you have the ice cream door window. Passenger side, the other side, you have the like this. You also can hear a noise. It sounds kind of like a mixer that's running.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
He repaired it.
yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah. I jump through the door.
You jump through what door?
Yeah.
The side door
Well,
that I manipulated.
You guys are back over here. You're not up to the van yet.
Then I get up to the van.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which side of the van are you going to go up on? Passenger side?
The
or-
one that gets me into to the mixer inside. I think that's the passenger door. Yeah.
And as he's doing that, when we get up to the truck, if I can, I'm gonna slash the tires.
Okay.
Hmm.
Todd and Johnny, How are
I'm
you?
going to stick with one of them. I'll go with Ignacio, just so
Okay.
we have 2 and 2.
I got a knife, so I'll get the other side tires
Okay.
on the other side.
Okay, so Ignacio and Johnny, your approach, you want to approach the passenger side door so that you can get inside. You are going to be going by the window that that looks in. If you want to do,
I'll look in if the window's open.
okay.
I get the door.
So, Johnny, as you go up, you sneak up, kind of hunkering down, so that you're kind of low. Ignacio goes past you towards the door, and Johnny, you kind of raise up and you peek in. And I would like all of the players except for Johnny Cho to remove your earphones. I'll give you the thumbs up when you can come back. Okay. I'm going to put my hand over my mouth so that they can't see what I'm saying.
Okay.
You raise up, half your head so that you can peek in the window. And at first, you don't quite know what it is you're looking at. It reminds you of Martin, but it's like as if Martin had been made out of a leather balloon that has been deflated, and it's laying over the top of the ice cream freezer. My God, it's just his skin. And when you look back, there is this thing that looks like, hard to describe, like a pink humanoid, but instead of a normal face, it has a huge sucker-like mouth and long spindly fingers. It has no hair on its head, and it has black eyes, and it seems to be engaged in mixing something up in the thing. I would like you to do a sanity roll.
25. I made it.
You made it?
Yes.
Do a 1d6.
Oh, Lord. 2.
2. All right.
I probably make a noise.
So as you all can hear me?
Yes.
So as Johnny peeks in the window, and you guys are watching this, the first thing you hear out of his mouth is, "What the fuck?" And then suddenly he yells, and he backs away from the window and kind of trips over his feet and falls on the ground. And he's like, "Holy shit!"
Johnny, what's wrong? What's wrong?
It probably heard me, right?
Yeah, there are probably people half across the desert.
It was wearing his skin the whole time.
Ignacio, you're at the front door. Did you want to open it?
Yeah, and then
Okay. You bust open the door without too much difficulty, and you step inside. And now you see what Johnny sees. At this point, probably the other two have curiously looked up through the window just because Johnny's freaked out. Lying across the top of the freezers looks like a rumpled marten skin that is just a flat, an empty flesh skin. And in the back of the van, now alerted because of the noise, is a strange pink-colored humanoid with long, spindly fingers. And instead of a face, there's a huge sucker-like mouth, like a remora, with little teeth all the way around, and two large black eyes. And it apparently was a moment ago engaged in doing something with the mixer, but now it's moving towards the front of the van. You can all do sanity rolls.
I already had them in my hand.
I failed.
Oh, I failed. Yeah.
Oh no.
I passed.
Okay. If you passed, do a 1d6. If you failed, do a 1d8.
4.
2.
5.
Okay. So Ignacio and Todd, you both scream. Ignacio, you stumble, probably falling out of the van in the process.
Okay.
Howard, you got 5. So I would like you to roll an intelligence roll. First of all.
Intelligence. Fail.
You failed.
Yes, I rolled.
Excellent. Excellent. You want to fail. All right. So you just take the 5 points of damage. But
Okay.
you also yell.
All right, yeah, hollering. What is that?
Kill it. Just kill it.
The
So
thing
it's coming towards me.
Yeah, the thing immediately moves towards the front of the van and starts to come out. Ignacio, you're there. Johnny's lying on the ground. The other two you're still mobile, but you're terrified as this hideous, drooling thing comes out of the van.
What
Yeah.
the fuck is that?
So I have my crowbar still, or did I drop it?
Do a luck roll to see if you dropped it.
Okay. I dropped it.
Fortunately. The thing moves forward rather swiftly towards Ignacio. He's the closest person.
Mhm.
And it's going to try and grab you. So that's its
Okay.
attack. What do you want to do in return?
I'm going to fight back.
You're going to fight back. Okay. Go ahead and roll.
I'm going to spend some luck if I may. And that would be, I have to spend, math at this time of day. 7 points of luck to make it a success.
Okay. So what you can muster is you don't have the thing in your hand, so you just swing at it as it starts to lean down.
I probably kick when I'm lying on the ground.
Okay. Okay. So you beat my roll, which means you succeed. When your foot and hand come into contact with this thing, it's kind of mushy, like it's not got any actual rigid bone structure in its body. So it takes your hit pretty well, without, be like hitting a rubber duck or something.
Should I still roll, or
Well, no, that's your turn. It sort of, when you do that, it
no for
sort
the
of
damage?
howls a strange. You can roll for damage.
That would be 3.
3. Okay, so it's halved. You do it a little bit of damage, but not enough to really hurt it much.
Okay.
It makes a strange howling noise as you do that. Joseph, what do you do?
All right, I'm going to slash at it with my hunting knife.
Okay. Try and go ahead and do a roll.
I failed.
Okay. It also failed. So as you swing at it, it swings at you with one of its hands. and misses, and once again makes a sort of howling noise. Todd.
I'm gonna go right for that sucker right in the middle of its face with my hunting knife. I'm just gonna stab right at him.
Okay.
Fighting brawl, right?
Yeah.
And I miss 66. I miss.
Okay. As you do that, it sort of rears back its head and it suddenly launches forward, and this stream of black and green
Oh,
goo comes flying out and it splatters you in the face.
oh,
It doesn't, it sort of blinds you, you fall back in the process. And very quickly you can feel it starts to burn.
oh boy.
Johnny, what do you do?
So I've got the hairspray in one hand, lighter in the other. Gonna flamethrower this
Okay.
abomination.
Okay.
Fighting brawl.
Yeah.
Oh, 79. Fail.
I also failed. I'm failing all these too. So it's not lighting the way you want it to light. So you're just standing there. All right. It's now, well, let's see. The creature's going to try to do something. The creature looks like it's going to turn and try to spit at somebody else. But it hasn't chosen a target yet. So you guys can start again. Ignacio.
I'm going to attack this time. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I pick up the crowbar first?
Yeah, you can now.
Okay.
Pick it up.
I have no idea how much damage it does, but I'm rolling so great this night. That is, I mean, in this case, I would need to spend 20 luck to make it a hit. I think I just miss.
Okay, you just miss.
Yeah.
So you swing at it and it brings its arm up and you don't even manage to graze it, and it keeps you from hitting. Joseph.
All right, I'm going to. How big is this thing?
It's a little bigger than a human, maybe about 7 feet tall,
Okay.
and very flabby looking. And
Would we gain any advantage if it were knocked down?
maybe.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try to maybe like just kind of grab it and try to shove it down to the ground and get on top of it.
Grapple it down.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll.
All right. That's a success. Brawl.
I got an 89, so it's not able to prevent you. You tackle it to
Okay.
the ground before it can do anything. All right, you knock it down. You've tackled it, and the thing is now struggling with you, kind of on top of it. Todd.
Okay. Can I see now again? Have I been able to wipe my eyes so I can at
You've
least
wiped it
see?
away, but the stuff is burning your skin.
There was a sink in this inside the. We're inside, right? Inside the.
No, you're outside.
Oh, we're
the bay.
outside
You're
now.
outside
Okay.
the bay at this point.
I mean, how bad is it? Would I be able to take another, like, just to just slash? I just want to slash at its where its throat is, or that. Yeah, I just want to try that again
Yeah, I think your anger is enough to get you know.
to get me through it. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. The fighting brawl.
But you are going to want to get that shit off your skin, or
All right, so maybe I'll spend my. I'm going to take off my shirt. I'm just going to wipe off as much of it as I can off my face.
okay.
I'll take my shirt off. That's my action.
Well, no,
Okay.
you can take your shirt off and still hit him.
And still hit him. Okay, I'm going to do that. I've taken my shirt off and I wipe my face. And I do want to try to stab it right in the face one more time.
Okay.
Let's see what I get. 28. I think that's sheet. There it is. 28. That is, no, but it's a 25 is my fighting brawl. I'm gonna spend. I got a 28.
Here's the thing, I got a hard.
Okay, I'm gonna spend. I want to get an extreme, so I gotta take it down to 7. So I will spend that much luck to bring it down to an extreme for 7.
A lot of
Twenty.
stuff. Okay.
It's a lot, but I mean, it's, yeah. I have like 67 points of luck that I can blow. So yeah.
All right. So with Joseph sort of lying on top of the thing and it's struggling, you manage to get a vantage point and you bring the knife down into its face. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay. What was the damage on that again? I don't think I.
Damage on a knife is 1d4 plus 2 plus your damage bonus.
1d4 plus
If
2.
if it's an extreme, it's just maximum damage.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So do you
Okay,
have a
so
damage
you can-
bonus?
Yep. My damage bonus is.
I think it's on the bottom corner of your
I
sheet.
have no damage bonus. None.
Okay.
So 6.
So
6.
6
Okay,
points.
6 points. Got it.
So you jam the thing into its face, and its blood is kind of like a black goo. At least that's sort of what you think at first. It's more like a clear goo, but there are black, like it's filled with black pepper or something, little black spots of stuff. The thing screeches when you jam your knife into it. Everybody, do a Constitution roll because it's loud enough that it actually hurts your ears. Constitution to
Pass.
see if you're okay. Pass.
Pass.
Yeah, pass.
Okay, Joseph.
All right. So now that I've got,
Wait, did you do your Constitution roll? You failed? Okay, so you're right on top of it. When it screeches, it like hurts your ears. Your ears are ringing from the sound of it. And now I think it's Johnny's turn.
We're going to set this thing on fire. So I'll try again with the hairspray.
Okay, now Joseph's on top of it.
Yeah, and this thing's 7 feet tall, so I'll go for the feet.
He set his feet on fire.
Yeah.
Half foot.
Hey, you know what? I'm spending 10 points of luck just to make that a normal.
Okay, I got a hard.
Okay. Do I get an advantage because it's on the ground and pinned?
Well, I got a hard, so
Okay. I'll spend the luck.
all right. So you light its feet on fire. You get some of that gel on there, and the feet suddenly go up. Joseph, you suddenly notice that down where your feet are, that thing's feet are on fire.
sort of bend my knees.
Yeah, kind of pull away from it. Ignacio, what do you do?
Club it with the crowbar.
Okay,
07.
okay, that beats anything. Go ahead and do damage. What is crowbar? I don't think I've got crowbar on my list. Base bat pipe 1d8 plus your damage bonus.
Okay, so 1d8 plus 1d4. Do I do maximum automatic because it's
Is it an extreme?
I have yeah.
Okay, you do maximum.
Then
You
it's
hit the
12.
thing, and there's a horrifying squishing noise as this black goop comes pouring out of it. It's struggling for a moment, but it suddenly goes limp. And you probably take the opportunity to smash it a few more times in the head with your crowbar. But it stops and it's dead.
I say we drag it into the van and burn the van.
We have to look for the kid.
I don't know if you're going to want to see that. Ice cream machine's still on, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just exhausted from the fight. So I'm gonna roll off of this thing onto my back, and I'm just like flopping down, like.
All right, I'm gonna go into the ice cream van
Okay.
and see what's cooking.
Inside the ice cream machine, there is a kind of pink slurry with those same little black peppers like that are in it, little dots of black all through it. And it's except you also now notice that there is a little girl's dress, or probably pajamas, lying on the ground next to it. And
At least we got this monster.
Too late.
I turn off the machine, and I'm gonna head back to the car because I'm gonna start siphoning gas to burn this fucker.
Well, the
Okay.
truck has gas.
Oh yeah, I can siphon gas, sure. Put it in the
Okay.
container.
so
Yeah.
your intention is to burn the fucking thing.
Yeah, we're gonna put the corpse in the van, just leave it out in the desert to just rot.
All right. And then you'll eventually make your way back to San Damiel. And as I said in the beginning, you'll never really be able to enjoy anything again with the horrors that you've seen here this night. And that's the end of the story. So,
Wow.
what was going on? At some point in time, hundreds of years ago, a woman gave birth to this thing, this child. She was probably involved in some sort of the Lovecraftian witchcraft or something. But it started out as a normal child, and then it grew kind of ugly as it got older. And eventually its old skin sloughed off, and its teeth fell out, and its face was replaced by this sucker thing. And it realized that the only thing it could actually feed on was liquefied meat. It developed the ability to spit this kind of digestive fluid onto its victim and dissolve its victim and then slurp it up. So for many centuries, it did this, hiding in the shadows, taking victims. And then as the modern age came upon it, it realized that the easiest way for it to get victims was to get children. It had hypnotic abilities. It could make people susceptible by adding a bit of its weird saliva into their food. So its modus operandi now was to travel from place to place. It would feed by capturing these children and liquefying them and drinking them. And then it would move to a new area. And what it would do to keep itself from being traced is it would sell the van to somebody, hopefully somebody who didn't have a family or close family ties, somebody that wouldn't be missed for a while. Kelly was one of those. His family was in Michigan. He was a loner. He bought the thing. And then what it would do is it would wait. It would wait a couple of days for the transaction to clear. And then once that person had legal ownership, like you had thought in the beginning, then he would waylay that person, kill them, take their skin and put it on, and then pretend to be them, the new owner, but in a different physical skin. Problem is that he would, at night, he would sleep in the freezer. He'd leave the freezer on and do that. If he couldn't do that, he'd actually find a place where he could set up a residence where he could live temporarily, usually the victim's house. He'd put in a freezer there and he'd sleep in the freezer. That was the padded freezer. because although he didn't need the cold, he had rotting skin on him, so he wanted to keep it around as long as possible. He could keep that up for about a month before the smell of the skin would start to, be too much. And then he would move on and find somebody else. He could take 1 or 2 kids a month and almost nobody would ever notice, that, like he said, kids, like we said, kids go missing. So in large towns. So he'd been traveling across country, and he hadn't really been making a mistake, except that our main guy in the beginning had figured out what was going on and was hunting him down. Now, he had sold the van to Kelly, but the transaction wasn't complete. So he was going to wait a couple of days and then take over Kelly. Unfortunately, what's his name killed him, thinking that he was the monster. Well, that put the monster on the spot because he was hungry and he needed to feed. So he did the only thing that he could do. He sold the van to the company because he couldn't find an easy victim. And then he would wait around. The night that you went and followed Martin home, the monster was already there waiting for Martin. So Martin was waylaid that evening and stripped, and the thing put on his clothes. So the next day it wasn't actually Martin at all. It was the monster. And the rest is the nightmare. The nightmare that your characters would have is that you might have been able to save that little girl if you had just been a little more, not worrying about being a hero or whatever. So that's it. Any questions?
Damn. So Martin was in there getting cut up and worn while we were like waiting in the car.
We're just drinking beer.
We were like drinking beer, smoking cigarettes, and like he's in there getting cut up and made into a suit.
Indeed.
God.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I mean, we still got him in the end.
When I first read this, I wrote to the author, and I said, can we run this? And he's like, sure. And I said, dude, this is really damn dark. Children
Definitely.
eating,
Yeah.
making them into children's Slurpees.
Yeah.
All right,
mean, at least-
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, at least they can't do it anymore, but
Right.
could have saved one.
You ended his nightmare, this horrible nightmare.
Yeah.
All right. Our players included Dan DePaulis, Alex Sun, Joe Bartolis, and Jan Schlegel, with myself as the keeper of the secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 to a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft on the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.